Do you guys think body count matters?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Is this for both genders?
Yeah.
For women, let's say for women,
Yes.
and then for do women then men. So
Okay.
Oh, not for men, no.
no, matters for. Yeah, go ahead.
Women, yes. Men, not so much.
Okay.
No.
Neither. Okay.
I don't think it. I think it only matters how it's put out there. Because a woman can have a high body count, nobody knows about it. She carries herself, or even men would know about it, and she carries herself different. Men would treat her different. But you can have somebody with a high body count, not even as high as that woman's body count, and it's all out there for everyone to see. It's all over the internet. Then it matters. Because you must know women that have got high body counts, and you still respect them because of the way they carry themselves. And normally, it's the older woman, not the younger woman. Because there's lots of older women out there with high body counts, and people still respect them. They're the aunties, they're the grandmas. But then you get the young women now, and they got a high body count, and it's like a badge of honor.
Wouldn't you say it makes you less valuable to men, though, the more men you sleep with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But women don't know that because they're always trying to get that better man.
What women don't know that? Women definitely know that.
What?
No, it's like a code.
If they did, why would they be sleeping with so many men? If they knew what body count mattered, why would they bother?
Because they lie.
Yeah, I'll just a quick stat. Only 30% of when a woman gets married and she's a virgin, she has an 80% chance of a happy marriage. If she slept with more than 5 people, it drops to 30%.
Oh, wow.
that means that I'm at 2%. But did you know what I mean? I'm also, did you know what I mean? It's got to be. I've got to be at 2% or something like that.
Yeah, and it's not like the end all. It's not saying like every single girl that slept around like that's her fate, but it's. I think to say that like sleeping around is good for women is kind of a lie that feminism teaches. Go ahead.
I think it's bad for women. I think it's bad for both, but more so for women because with men there's a pride attached to it. With women there's a stigma attached to it. So I think nowadays the women are trying to turn that stigma into pride, and it's not working.
Yeah, they're trying.
That's where the modern women get lost because that stigma of having a high body count is no longer there. They're wearing it with pride.
I think it also, like from a male point of view, it also depends on the people she slept with to a point as well. Because if, for example, say you live in one of those areas and a lot of people know each other, one of men's biggest, I don't want to say nightmares, but hang-ups is bumping into another guy. Like, oh, I know your girl. Like, I know her.
So sorry, I think you got actually the point. So body count for men. So when you're approaching a girl, because it actually touching your confidence. So since you know that your women actually slept with 10, 20 other men, you like losing confidence. And your like worry, your first worry is like, get to know
Yeah, you don't.
Exactly.
She slept with.
Well,
so it's about you, not about us.
Well, but if you give something away for free, it's not valuable. So if you
give it for free,
if you're giving it to a lot of people, it's not valuable.
So why that doesn't like go both of ways?
Right, because men and women are different. Women are born with value, where men have to create their value. So for you to want to sleep with a guy, he's got to be tall, he's got to be good looking, he's got to have a job. Like he has to do things. 1 out of 3 men under 30 are virgins or haven't had sex in the past year, and women are sleeping with 5 to 20% of guys. So the reason like women hate men is because we're all sleeping with the same ones.
I'm not agree about this honestly, because the fact you, as he said, the fact you slept with multiple men or whatever, how many they are, doesn't really, it depends. Like, was you actually in a relationship with him? Or it was just occasional thing, And I also accept occasional stuff, like, because, like if you match someone and you just want to enjoy your day, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's, honestly, no one allow a man to tell me I'm less vulnerable than someone else that had sex just once.
Well, it's not.
Like,
it's not who you are.
Because my body gonna be the same body, and myself going to be the same person after 10, 20 men. It won't change.
It's not anything about who you are as a person, but it's what men value. So you can't so you can't go up to guys and say don't value this because it's what they want. So that's like me selling a car and going up to the people that want to buy a car and say like this car, and they say no, I don't want to buy that car because it's got too many miles. And you're saying, well, you should like cars with high miles.
Yeah, like but you cannot compare a car with the women. Honestly, we're talking about completely different stuff. A car can be fixed, so women can't get no title like that because when she's saying that, nobody's going to know. You have about 30 men. You're going to be as loose as hell. The men know.
And like the thing is,
you do know.
And at the end of the day, if a woman sleeps with loads of men, she's a slut. If a man sleeps with loads of women, he's a stud.
Yeah.
So that goes to show from the beginning. And I'm sorry, but you.
We didn't make that rule as well.
No, but that's the way it is.
Yeah,
if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. And at the end of the day, right, men can have loads of sex, and it's always going to be like women with loads of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the only way I can put it. You're gonna know. You can't say, it's my body.
Well, because
you're gonna be no amount of lime and salt can help you.
Yeah, because you get trauma from everyone. Like you can't say like okay. That girl that came in earlier, you could tell she hadn't slept with a lot of people because she was just so nice and like you can like feel it on a girl.
Right.
Because they're not like traumatized. Because if you sleep with 20, 30, 40 guys, the odds that one is going to hurt you is like higher and higher and higher. Like, how do you go through that many guys and none hurt you? Come on.
Yeah.
None? You came out unscathed? Come on.
It's not about sex. It's not, a man doesn't hurt you just because you're having sex with him. It hurts you for a lot of other reasons. Mm-hmm. And doesn't matter this sex. Like, it's not about sex. It actually hurts you when he does something wrong. I don't think he does something wrong in bed. He can do something wrong, in any other occasion. Actually, probably they're going to be good in bed and then probably doing
but that's like a masculine trait, is not being able to bond with men through sex, because women tend to bond with men through sex unless they've slept with a lot of people, then they don't.
Why we don't just think about that a woman can enjoy sex as a man, like what's the difference? Like you can
because women
enjoy
end up catching feelings no matter what. Most of the
that's
time
what you like to think.
It's the truth.
That's
We've
what you like to
experienced
think. No, you don't.
I just know quick just around guys in the room. I'm just asking, have you ever slept with a girl that said it was casual and then she caught feelings?
Yes.
Ish. Yeah. Have you ever slept with a girl that casually and then she caught feelings?
Yeah.
I don't know your name, but yes, yes, yeah. Give me yes or no. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So 4 random guys are in this room all saying the same thing.
Yeah. What about the opposite? Why didn't ask me?
What do you mean?
If I stop any kind of relationship with a man,
because we weren't talking about you. We were talking about the men.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But me as a woman, no, me as a Alessandra. Like if that can happen for a man, he stopped to see someone because he was catching feeling. That can happen also with a man. The only thing is that men usually they just don't say when they catching feeling because they feel like it's the stereotype of men. So it's not allowed to say, I'm falling in love just having sex with you. So he wouldn't say that.
No, but like Pearl said, we don't really. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule. But the reality is, it doesn't work both ways.
Well, listen, if a man catches feelings for a woman, he's with that woman forever.
Yes.
He's gonna stick with her, and that's the difference. If a woman catches feelings, she's gonna chase that man, even though it's a one-night stand. But if a man catches feelings, then that's his woman. That is his woman. Simple as that.
Because men hold access, or women are in control of sex. Men are in control of relationships.
Correct.
So again, like it's not fun, but it's just like how the world is. Like there are double standards for men and for women. We're different. We don't operate the same way. And like guys are repulsed by girls that have slept around.
Women sleep with who they want. Men sleep with who let them.
Yes. Point of view.
Facts.
So question for the guys: how many bodies is too many bodies? Let's put a number to it.
Depends on the age.
Okay, let's say so. The average age of first marriage in the UK is 31.
Okay.
How many bodies is too many bodies for a 31-year-old?
Jeez.
I'm glad you're first, bro.
Over double figures.
Over double, so 10.
10.
10 and up. Okay.
20. I'll give a little. Yeah, bro. Now we got to be. It's 2022,
you're being
bro.
nice, man.
Brother.
You're being nice. You wouldn't want to hear 20 and 12
I
marriage.
agree with 20. I think 20.
Bro.
So you would
Wow.
marry.
He knows.
You would marry a woman with 20 bodies.
Would I marry a woman with 20 bodies? No. But did you
Exactly.
say
Would you? Okay.
what was the question?
Okay.
What is too much or what's the minimum?
Okay. Would you? Let me just ask the question a different way. Would you marry a girl with 10 bodies? Yes or no?
Yes.
Would you marry 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What about you?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you marry a girl with 15 bodies? Yes or no?
Potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 15 is the max for me.
Okay. 20.
No.
No.
It's getting sticky. Yeah, hard. Yeah. Okay, yes.
Okay. So 20.
No, 15 is the max.
15 is the
Yeah.
max. Okay. Now, what percent of women that are 31 do you think have less than 15 bodies?
About 5%. No, actually, no.
No,
About
no.
20%.
20%. What do you? No, I'm gonna ask the women this too. Go ahead.
25%.
25%. What do you? What percent of women that are 31 have less than 15 bodies?
Have less than
Yeah.
just about, yeah.
Also, say your name, your age, and where you're from.
I'll say about 50.
I'm Christina from Hackney. I'm 35.
Okay. Welcome to the show.
Exactly. How many percent of? I don't know. Wait, come back to me.
It's okay. What percent of women do you think have less than 15 bodies at 31?
I don't know, 10%.
10%?
I'll say 50.
50?
I'm just totally shocked. When you think 16 is a legal age, you're always thinking like 14. And you're thinking 15, that's more than one a year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So what do you?
I'm just
Is that?
shocked.
You're shocked? Like that's a lot or a little?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
In like 14 years, 15.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's what's going on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's mostly that's not relationships. That's just like shagging, isn't it?
Well, that's because modern women are side chicks. Because again, it's a
Yeah.
no, because remember, it's a smaller and smaller percentage of men that are sleeping with all the girls. So if you look at dating app data, like women only swipe right like 5% of the time, up to 10, 15%, and that's high. So women are and the number one way that people meet is online dating. And so women are side chicks because they're all sleeping with the same guys. Because if you want a guy that's over 6 foot, that's 15% of men. You waving?
Well, I am.
He's single. If you want to be one of the girls.
Thank God for the short guys. That's what I can say.
And so so like modern women are side chicks because
Oh, that's disgusting.
it's a small percentage of men that are sleeping with all the girls.
I'm just in shock.
1 out of 3 men under 30 are either virgins or haven't had sex in the past year. So so that indicates the trend, which is less and less and less. And like the big frustration that I hear from men is basically that girls get ran through by like the guys they actually want in their 20s, and then they hit like 30, and then they're like, please take me, and then they finally come around to the like guys in their friend zone basically at like 30.
Sounds about right.
Is that something you've seen? 'Cause you're the oldest one here. Would you say that's a valid complaint?
Yeah. I mean, when they get older, they always try and look back at what they could have had. But by then it's too late because they've got loads of kids behind them and weird baby fathers and do you know what I mean? Weird habits, and I'm just in shock about the 15.
The 15? What did you
15 at the
think?
age of 30.
Okay. At 30, how many what do you think most women had from your generation?
I think you just slept with the same person for a couple of years. But so you would have said like 5 by the end of 30, but 15.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, the girls are sleeping with that small percentage of guys, right? So those guys aren't going to stick with a girl for a couple of years because because the thing is, like, guys will sleep with anything. So a guy that's an 8, 9, or 10 will sleep with a 4, 5, or 6, even if he's never been seen in public with her
Young
ever.
girls out there, stop
But-
having sex. Close your legs. Don't do it. It's not good. Don't do it.
And so it's like, basically,
Just don't do it. That is disgusting. I'm in shock. I'm thinking 15 partners in 14 years.
yeah.
You think that's a lot?
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
In today's generation,
It's not a lot.
I will say it's a different time.
Yeah.
It's a different time. Yeah.
1 a year? Nah. We ain't doing that no more.
I'll take back my hot girl decade because that was nothing. Because I could have had like them 15 men in a whole decade, let alone. Oh my.
Yeah, it's more
word.
like you know how you guys slept together for a couple of years? It's like a couple of months nowadays.
Men need to be preserving their sperm and this.
Well, why would they when they have like that small percentage of men? If they have women on a silver platter, why would they?
They need to have pride in who they juke.
Huh?
Why?
Because listen, right, you wanna if you're gonna go there and sleep with a girl, make sure you're like number 3, number 4. You don't want to be number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 15. because then you're 15. Imagine if you're number 15.
Honestly,
you know there's 14 men before you.
Honestly, and you heard the panel, right? The majority by 31 have probably slept with more. That's the
No,
crazy.
what did they were saying the other day that when the girl said, "Oh, we can lie about it." If you're 15 by the age of 30, of course you're gonna want to lie. She was like, "Oh, what if they don't know about the body count? What if you lie about it?"
But guys know.
Oh my!
So you think a man should feel shame if he knows he's the 15th guy to have had sex with?
Yeah, you don't know who's been there before you vomiting that. No, man. No.
Can I try and put it into retrospect? And essentially, if a guy's the 15th guy, yeah, he's going in knowing I'm not staying. I'm leaving straight after. So whoever's number 16, whoever's number 17, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then it will get to someone who's like number 30 and they're like, I'll wife it. And it's like that person is the one that lost. And everyone else got it for whatever they got it for.
I will say something on the other end, though. A lot of guys do cap because they'll come on these shows and they'll say they wouldn't wife a girl over a certain count. And I know who they're dating. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm just gonna mind my business.
I've definitely liked girls who have had high body counts. I have.
But how did you know they had high? Did you ask them or?
Well, they happen to be honest with me, and I take their word for it because it's not a number that you would just openly want to say. But you know, it's always in my mind. As much as I like
What'd they say? What number? I just don't know what number.
It was a ballpark figure.
Oh no!
Right?
Ballpark.
How do you lose count?
Yeah, it was a ballpark figure.
So add 20% onto whatever she said.
It was a ballpark figure of close to 3 figures.
Ballpark.
Shut up.
Man said ballpark.
Wait, sorry.
I applaud that honesty.
32.
You got to applaud that honesty because who the hell's going to tell you that? I applaud that honesty.
Yeah, nah, Ross.
Because, wow.
She's taking the
She was
piss.
having a hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer.
Oh, yeah.
Hot girl decade.
You know what I mean?
Bro.
Hot girl decade. Crazy.
Hot girl. That's like a.
That's a lot.
That's like a.
Yeah, but you say you like her.
I did like her.
So
but
This is before you found out the body count.
No, I
She could be
knew.
a nice person.
Do you know what?
the
I
number.
think you just thought, right, what about if my friend, they're going to get to
Well,
know
this is-
that?
this
That's
is
the
the thing.
first
It's like-
point.
You
So-
can't really control who you like or who you fall
Yep.
for, but you can control how you deal with the situation or how you operate or how you choose
Yeah, but-
to move forward.
Okay, I've got a question.
Respect.
When you found out about the body count, were you repulsed?
I wouldn't say repulsed, no, because I just don't really get that surprised in this day and age. Like, you know,
3
the way,
figures.
Yeah, I know.
Did you
That's
hit it?
surprising.
No.
Did you go there?
No,
Why not?
because it never came about.
Well,
If it had come about, would you still gone with the 3 figures?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have hit it.
like, I mean, men can't undo their biology. They're biologically predispositioned to want to spread their seed, but they're also biologically predispositioned to want to ensure paternity. So, like historically, if a girl had slept around, they don't know if the kid she's having is his. And that even still happens nowadays. Like you see videos all the time where this dude that's been raising a kid for 10 years finds out this kid isn't his, and girls can do that legally. There's no ramifications.
That's a crazy life.
Where if guys don't pay child support, they go to jail, but a girl can trap a guy and.
Crazy. So Maury made a whole career off that.
Real shit.
Yeah, and so like guys can't undo how they feel about it.
I don't think like that automatically if she has a high body count and if she is in a relationship, she actually, love the man she's been with, she gonna sleep automatically with someone else so easily. That doesn't, honestly, we should like distinguish between when you're single and you're free to do whatever you wish and when you are in a relationship. So it doesn't mean you're gonna be no loyal. Do you know what I mean? Like
It's more likely. Your habits are who you are.
Who
If a
said
guy,
that?
okay,
Why you
if-
need
if
to
a-
label someone just because he had the
It's based
past
on your.
to-
It's based on your
It's same.
actions. So
it's same for men. So
I would say-
men is actually allowed to have high body count. So what I what I supposed to think if I'm actually going to marry that man? They gonna cheat on me
Well, but
constantly.
women
I
don't
need
care.
to like be.
care about a
But
man's
women
high
don't.
body count.
Women don't care
No.
because
That's why you can-
I'm a woman and I care.
Guys,
If-
one mic,
no.
one
So
mic.
women don't care. You don't see girls lining up to date Drake and saying, "Oh no, his body count's too high. How will I go?" Like no.
No, but if
But the opposite of that, Brittany Griner, whatever her name is,
Yeah.
like guys are like, "Oh Jesus Christ, oh no."
Yeah, because
Who's
it's.
that, Brittany?
And she's beautiful, but
Brittany Rayner.
Right now.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Raina.
I feel like.
and your habits like make up who you are. So if you've been doing something for a decade, how like just like if a guy cheated on every single girl before you, he's probably going to cheat on you too. Duh.
Yes.
Personally, for me, if a guy's body count is like the 3 figures, I'd be just as disgusted. It don't matter if he's Drake, Chris, but I don't care. I'd be repulsed, to be honest.
What
So
if it's 50?
if it's 50, depending on how old he is, again, I'd still feel a bit icky. It's a, no.
You're gonna be icky for.
Would you want to marry a virgin?
I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't mind marrying a virgin?
No,
You'd
I
want to
wouldn't
like
mind.
tell him what to do?
I wouldn't mind because it's not an issue for me. If he ticks every single box and then it turns out he's a virgin, to me, I wouldn't be fussed.
Could you name 5 of your boxes?
Name 5 of my boxes.
Yeah.
So, ambitious,
Right.
God-fearing, like prayerful, loyal as well, funny, sort of sense of humor,
Okay.
and can't think of a 5th one.
When you say ambitious, is there a dollar amount?
No, ambitious, like driven, wanting something for himself and not just
So if he's making, how old are you? So you're 31,
35.
35. How old would you date?
The oldest I would date,
Yeah.
probably 40.
So if he's 40 and he still makes 30,000, I don't know the conversion, like 30,000 US dollars, which would be like 20,000 pounds. Would you be cool with that? He's 40. He's had time to get there.
If he's trying to get somewhere and he's not just
What if he
complacent.
gets nowhere?
Well,
Because
I'd sense that he's not ambitious and it would put me off. So,
right, but I think like a lot of times it's kind of disingenuous to guys because girls will say there's no price, but you have one in your head, and there is a price. He either has to be working towards that, like towards it, or there. But if he doesn't get there within a certain amount of time, you're ghost. You're gone.
no, but you can't really put a time frame on. I'm giving you a time to become successful, but no, I'm saying ambitious
not
and
know it.
driven to want to get there and actively trying to get there. Does that make sense?
Right, you might not know it, like you might not have thought about it, but like in some level, you're not going to date a bum forever. So if he's
But I wouldn't have. If he's a bum and he's not ambitious, I wouldn't be attracted to him.
yeah, but I'm saying there's a minimum dollar.
So,
are you-
Like okay, would you date a guy that's homeless with no job?
I wouldn't meet a guy that's homeless with no job. Where would I meet him?
You pass him every day.
But why would I approach?
You probably gonna
like,
even
he's
ask
approach
to-
me,
yeah.
or how would that work?
Right, but I'm saying there's a minimum requirement you have.
But
Yeah.
it's not just related to like
But
money.
is that a bad thing?
No, it's not a bad thing. I don't
Right.
think we should date bums. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like you're avoiding the question.
What was the question? Sorry?
What's the minimum amount of money you need a guy to make?
I don't know. More than me? I don't know. It's the same as me
Okay.
or more.
Okay, what's roughly? You don't have to.
I don't want to say how much I make, but the same as me or more. That's
He can't make less than you, right?
basically, yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, I'm not saying he can't, but I would prefer. I'm saying what I prefer
Yeah.
is if he was the same level as me or making more. If he's making less, a bit less, and actively trying to progress within his career, then there's nothing wrong with that.
Can I just ask something? He said about the boxes. What are your boxes? And it was the virgin. And you said you'd take on a virgin.
Virgin wasn't the box.
No,
She said
when
God-
You asked,
she said
remember you
God-fearing.
asked, what are your boxes? When he said about
Yeah,
no woman ever says sex.
about
If it was a man, wouldn't that be one of your boxes?
what good
You know, you
sex.
said that if he was and he ticked your boxes.
Yeah,
As a man, wouldn't sex be one of your top boxes? I'm just asking.
as in, would I marry a virgin?
No, are you getting
Your
sex
boxes. You know, you said if a woman ticks all of your boxes,
Right.
isn't sex one of your boxes?
within? You think
Could
it's
you
a
live
man
could you have a happy relationship
without
without having that box ticks?
Without having sex or without having good sex?
Good sex.
Yeah, I could still have a pretty successful relationship.
Not me.
Yeah.
So you cheating,
You
definitely.
That's why I just
hesitated.
asked.
I
I
don't
was
believe
thinking-
you.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I don't.
That's one of my main boxes. No. Because I'm saying everybody's talking about, I want to be nice and compatible.
But you won't know that until you have sex with him.
That's
So
why I
if the
wouldn't have a
sex is
virgin.
dead-
That's why when women say they want to have a virgin, to me, I ain't teaching no man nothing. Do you know what I mean? Because I ain't got time. If I'm a virgin and he's a virgin, fine. But I'm not going to go and pick up a virgin if sex is one of my boxes. And sex is one of my boxes. It should be a man's box too, because if you're not getting good sex from your woman, go elsewhere. Same thing for women. I'm sorry, but how could, that's why they got sexless marriages out there.
Yes.
How can you be having, like you be, oh yeah, I'm happy, well, sex is not one of my boxes. She knows that sex ain't one of your boxes. Then when the sex is gone, what are you going to do then? Say, oh, but I like her personality. I like...
Yeah, shit, I have a question. Do you think it's fair for women to expect monogamy from men if they gave their best years to another man?
Who, me?
Yeah, look here. I start. Andy, you want to start? He's a little nervous.
I'll stop. No, give your best to the one you got. And if you can't give him your best and he's going elsewhere, then you can't blame him. I'm sorry, but like I said before, no man, no woman should put up with bad sex. And if a man is having bad sex, it's the woman's fault. It's the woman's fault. Because if you get a man, a male virgin and a woman, he's going to have bad sex anyway. She's going to teach him rubbish just to keep him down there. But if you get a man who's had lots of sex and a virgin, he's going to teach her everything he knows to make sure that she can perform properly. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're with somebody and you're not getting good sex from them, I'm not talking about making love, because women all into is making love. That's the little Christmas, birthdays, whatever. Men just want to have sex. If the sex ain't good, get rid. Because I'm sorry, but there's too many men out there not having sexless relationships. And it's wrong. All these feelings about, oh, I want their personality, I want this and that.
Why doesn't that work the other way? You said that the man can teach the virgin woman how to have good sex, but why can't the woman who's had a lot of sex teach the virgin how to have good sex? Why is it not?
Well, I just think if women were lined up for virgins, then 1 out of 3 men wouldn't be virgins.
Wait, say again?
If women were lined up to date virgins, if that was true, then 1 out of 3 men wouldn't be virgins.
I don't get it.
Because
I
the
don't
male
think she knows
virgins
the
are out
stat.
there.
Oh, okay. 1 out of 3 men under 30 haven't had sex in the past year or are virgins. 1 out of every 3 men.
Is that
So, like, if women wanted virgins, they're there.
But how would you know? I still think.
And that falls into
How
that
much-
confidence she was
Sorry.
that she was talking about earlier with a man approaching you. Nobody was talking earlier, and he mentioned confidence. That confidence comes from experience with women over time. So that same confident guy you want to approach you, he's not going to get that confidence unless he's had that previous experience, including sexual. So you want this guy with this low body count. That's not the same sort of guy.
Confidence, like, I don't think it's like just related to sex. Obviously, yeah, if you had multiple women, like you had a lot of experience, you're probably going to be a tiny bit more confident. But I think, like, how do you act in bed is kind of even, inside you, or you have it or not. Like, it's not really
That
about
still
how
falls
many.
into
The men can
female
bring it out of you.
interactions.
The men can bring it out of you. A man can bring it out of a woman, but how often does a woman bring it out of a man?
Is that because you're speaking from a woman's perspective, so you wouldn't
I'm
know?
a woman, so I can only speak from. I hang
Yeah.
around with men, so I got male friends. I say 99% of my friends are male. They're not getting enough sex, and they're not getting enough sex how they want it, where they want it, whenever they want it. And it's the women that are like holding this key to sex, like. That's why I can speak from a woman, because there's men out there. You can, as a woman that's had ex-partners, you can look at your partners and see where the women have done them wrong. You can know, because the women ain't teaching them. The women are so quick to open their legs but not their mouth to say, excuse me, but mate, but what you doing down there? That's wrong. Fix up, or this is how you're supposed to do it. But there's too many men out there, there's too many women out there now having bad sex because of the men's previous partners not teaching them properly.
Okay. Interesting.
That's coming
Well, and
from a woman.
I guess as a girl, but how do you know it's bad? You must have a lot to
I didn't know it's bad.
Yeah,
You're not
must have-
enjoying it.
Listen, right, if the
No,
bed's not rocking and I'm not shivering, then maybe she said about the earthquake.
No, what I'm saying, you have to have a lot to compare it to know it's bad.
Nope, you can just
that's true.
know. No, you can just know how you feel. Because if you go and you relax yourself and you free it up and you trust the man that he knows what you're doing, you're gonna have good sex all the time.
Okay, what you want to answer the question?
I mean, I personally, so like, this might sound controversial, but I feel it's unrealistic to believe a man should be with one woman.
Okay.
So I agree that, you know, they shouldn't expect it from a man. But I feel like everything comes down to control. So
Okay.
as a man, if you decide you're going to go into a relationship, you have to decide to control yourself and choose to be faithful.
What if your woman's a freak?
What would that do?
Like she's up for anything with you sexually.
That
You're still
doesn't
gonna go
really-
elsewhere.
Doesn't matter.
You're still gonna go elsewhere.
If you want to go elsewhere, you're gonna go. You can have the perfect woman in the world. If you want to cheat, you will cheat. It doesn't matter. I do not believe there is anything a woman can do to stop a man from cheating if he wants to cheat.
But can I ask you something? Can I ask you a question? I don't believe that all men cheat. Do you agree that not all men cheat?
Auntie Jenny.
Sorry, do you agree that not all men cheat?
Hold it down, bro.
Do you agree that not all men cheat?
Speak your truth.
Some men don't.
No, I'm saying not all men cheat.
Yeah, not all men.
That's
cheat.
fine then.
One thing can I add?
Go ahead, yeah.
So one thing I will say is I think men exercise their options,
Right.
and so most men, women don't find them attractive, and therefore they don't have options to exercise, and therefore they cannot cheat. Whereas the top percentile of men have options to exercise, therefore they can cheat. And if the woman that is with them feels a type of way, wants to leave, he's like, okay, I'll just add a new girl to the rotation. And he's able to get a plethora of girls because he's got the option to exercise his will to cheat.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's fine. I just don't believe that all men cheat.
Yeah,
Like, there's a minority that don't.
I agree. I think
Yes,
I think
that's
you'd
fine.
agree most do if they can.
Yeah, most would.
If they
Yeah.
could.
But
They could.
but
Yeah.
most men can't. And that,
the fact
Most men should.
Most men can't. What most men in relationships can't cheat.
so what about you? Do you think it's fair that women expect monogamy if they gave their best years to another man?
No. Definitely not. Definitely not.
And what would you define as a woman's best years? Go ahead.
Okay, well, I would put that into the same sort of, especially with that particular male or
Yeah.
man. Usually, her child's dad, her first love is usually that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's usually got everything else out of her. By the time you've come across her, whatever the scenario is, you are getting the after bits. There's going to be memories of him, be it in a relationship, sexual, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's going to be, especially if they've got a child, there's an imprint. I've seen it loads of times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people have broken up, they've got with someone else. As soon as the kid dad come back in the picture, gone. They're either sleeping together or they're back together. So if a woman's had her best years with another male, to me, she's actually his, to be perfectly honest. And I found a lot of the time that there's that one particular guy.
Is there a certain age that you would say?
In and around 30-ish, mid-30s. It depends what she's kind of done up to then.
Okay.
But look, to be fair, about sort of like the mid-30ish then, by that point, it's like, yeah, it's a bit sticky.
What do you think? Is it fair to expect monogamy if you've given your best years to another man? Because it's like if men value purity and youth and we don't have that to give to him, how can we expect like monogamy when they can't fulfill their mating strategy?
Is this? Are you speaking like from a new relationship, or they've been together for years and now he can cheat because she's given her best? Like,
So what I'm saying is relationships are an exchange, and men and women want different things. Like we want resources. We want a guy that's tall and that can protect us. We want resources, protection, provisioning. Guys want youth, purity, peace. And so if they can't fulfill their mating strategy, which is to get a girl with low mileage that's young, why would we expect them to forsake their mating strategy, which is to spread their seed?
but then
So isn't that kind of an unfair deal for men?
so then then why would you stay with that person and cheat if the woman's not giving you the youth and whatever, why keep her there and cheat on her when you can just leave and be with the youth that you want? That's my thing. Like, I don't
You
understand.
could, but I'm saying, well, is it fair that women expect it over a certain age? That's the question. Because you give your best years to someone else.
So
honest.
she's talking about going into a new relationship.
Yeah, I know, but if you go into a new relationship and say this is the car and the car has been used for the last 15
We
years.
don't have expired date, honestly speaking. Like, who said that we gave our best to someone else? I don't even know my maximum or my best. Probably I never done to no one my best because I don't know. I give, honestly, I loved someone before. I don't know if I get the maximum I can. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to find tomorrow a man I'm going to give actually the best of myself. Who said that I already gave to someone else?
It's about what they think's the best. It's not about you because you're not the one buying. So the guys
think is the best.
Men, yes, what they think is the best. Men from the ages of 20 to 80 all think that girls are the most attractive around 22 to 24.
Okay, but like this is a man that cannot stand on his own. Like honestly, because if you honestly think that
he can't stand on his own.
Yeah, because like they actually mind about what other people think. Because if you're telling me that after like
you're shaming men for their standards. That's shame. It's shame, insult, guilt need to be right.
No, that's just my point of view. I'm saying that I don't have an expired date. Doesn't mean that after, because I had 6-year relationship, I gave my best to someone. No, like if a man think this, it means that he's not that confident to like get my best. Because if you are a proper man, you're gonna get my best.
But see, that's shame. And if you're saying like,
I'm
if
not
you don't,
shaming.
no.
I just don't want it.
I'll tell you why. Because you're saying if you're a real man, if you're a proper man, then you would think like me. But that's shaming men for what they want.
It doesn't have to think like me. I just don't want a man that think in this way. Just give me alone. Do you know what I mean? I want a man that it comes with confidence. Say I'm gonna get the best of you. Point. Like I'm not aspiring like just because I'm 30 or. Yeah.
Do you think you determine what the best years are, or do you think they determine what the best years are?
I think we pick each other. We should actually pick the best for us, me and the man also.
Okay. What do you think?
I think it depends on the situation. It depends on your ages, where you're at in your life. Obviously, men prefer younger women. So, what age ranges are we saying are their best years?
I mean, it's different. I didn't say an age. Yeah. So you could say 40, you could say 45, you could say 35, you could say 30. I don't tell the men what to think.
So if they're 40 or they're 45, on average, men prefer younger women and women prefer older men. So I'm guessing the man is older. So why wouldn't she expect monogamy? Like, is he going to go younger than the 40?
I'm saying, isn't that a unfair deal for men because he's not getting the things that men value?
It depends on the age. So say you're 50 and you're going out with a 40-year-old. Like, what more do you want, bro? Like, do you know what I mean?
Once a
35-year-old.
Yeah.
You should have went for a 30-year-old. So why did you go for the 40? That's the point.
That's why I said it depends on the age.
But the question, so the reason I asked this is because I think a lot of women would have better results if they took that off the table. But they think they're a higher value than they are because they're selling the same price they had at 22 that they are asking for at 35, 45, even though they're on sale, they're on discount. Because you're not as sorry.
Now you're degrading women, saying women their value is they're getting less value as they get older.
In the sexual
when
marketplace,
you're getting more wise and more wisdom and all that sort of an experience. You're in everything. You're evolving and becoming a better woman.
Because you're telling men what to think.
I'm not telling. No. I'm saying in this room. I'm talking about now.
She can't even say it with a straight face.
No. I'm saying that
you're saying value me for my experience, but like they don't want that. They don't care.
You just said that your value is dropping
in
as
the
you're
sexual
getting older.
Marketplace. Yes.
Well, sex isn't all that you bring as a woman. You bring more things to you bring more things than just sex. If it's just sex, then go have sex.
Do you want to marry someone you can't have sex with?
No.
Do you want to marry someone you can't have sex with? Do you want to marry?
Hell no. Sex is a big part.
It starts with sex.
Sex is a big part.
For women, not for men. Okay. Like, how big is sex to you in a relationship?
Well, it will keep me in a relationship.
No, honestly, like one question, may I? Do you best sex with like 18, 20 years old girl or with a 30, 35, 40 women?
I don't really tend to rate sex like that. When I go into sex,
no, because we're saying that we're dropping by age. So I'm just asking from your point of view. Just I'm not saying to
what she's saying is about men as a collective.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
What she's saying is correct.
Speaking to the mic, my bro.
Yeah, and what she is saying is correct because when women get to a certain age, men do see them as less valuable.
Yeah, why? I'm asking why. Because
youth,
they had
like
sex.
she said, youth, purity. you automatically see a younger girl, she looks younger, she looks more attractive. You think that, you hope that has less mileage than an older woman. So naturally, your first thought is, I'm dealing with someone who hasn't been run through, who doesn't have a higher mileage.
Her face moves. There's no like Botox foreheads.
Right.
So all of this now, is it about going into new relationships? That's the point I'm trying to get to.
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
So the point is, okay, if you're coming to a guy over a certain age, is it fair to expect monogamy when you gave your best years to someone else? Is that a fair deal? Is that a fair deal for men to be monogamous to you when some other guy got your best years?
It's unfair to assume that a woman's given all her best years to someone else.
Exactly.
That's my answer.
But you're telling men what to value.
No, I'm not telling men. I'm saying it's unfair to assume that a woman has given her best to someone else.
Okay, so but that's like going up to guys and they're saying, hey, you know, I like 22-year-olds, maybe 27, 22 to 27. That's what I think's the best. And then you're going up to guys and saying, well, that's not my best years. I think my best years are 30. When they're like, not really.
When you say best, what do you mean
the
exactly?
most valuable. The most valuable.
But valuable in what way?
In the market wants it the most.
Okay, so are you talking about bearing children or
bearing children, the way you
looking younger,
bearing children, the way you look, less bodies.
But if
everything.
If someone is 40 and she's had less bodies than a 20-year-old and she looks younger than the 20-year-old, who's more valuable then?
Again,
because you're looking for an extreme exception.
No,
show me one 40-year-old that looks younger than a 20-year-old.
I'm 35.
Yeah,
I look
she
younger
doesn't
than
look
my
35.
niece.
You don't look
honestly
20.
speaking.
You don't look 20.
Honestly,
I never
come
said
on now.
20.
Yeah.
I'd
give you 30. But like 20, no.
Okay, that's from you.
One mic.
But I'm saying, in general, people don't believe me when I say my age. So if a woman like myself who doesn't look her age, whose body count is lower than a younger person who's been run through, as you're saying, would that mean that I'm less valuable or more valuable than a younger girl who looks older than me and has had more bodies?
In the marketplace, you would fall into an exception. You would find that men are extremely surprised, potentially to the point they probably may not believe you. But if we're talking about a collective, most women will tell you that from 18 to 25, they got the most attention from men. And after those years, it dwindled. And that is the point she's making. What she's making is, when you get to a certain age, you become less desirable.
I can't relate.
Because you're not a man.
You wouldn't relate because you're not. Yeah, because you're not.
But you are the exception, and that's why it's blowing your mind.
Well, but even at 30, but even at 35, 90% of your eggs are gone by 30. So if
I
a guy,
don't care.
but no,
why does that matter?
I don't.
Well, it does.
Because we
Why
want
does it come down to your
we want to
eggs?
bear children. We want a legacy.
One mic.
Because okay.
No,
I'm
but
saying,
that's really-
I was talking and you interrupted me. I
Okay,
said
carry on.
90% of your eggs are gone by 30. So if a guy's looking for a wife, he wants someone that can give him kids. So you're less valuable because you are less likely to give him kids, and you are more likely to lie about your body count. So you could say, oh, I have a low body count, but the guy's not going to believe you. He's like, 35, you've been in the streets for 15 years? Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't see the sense in lying, but I'm speaking, like I said, I'm the exception or whatever. My eggs dwindling after 30, I think that's really awful to say that a woman's value is less because her eggs.
I said in the sexual marketplace.
Okay, well, in the sexual marketplace, a woman's value is less because her eggs, whatever, because someone could be 18 or could be diagnosed with an illness and they can't have kids ever. Or there's probably women that don't even want to have children and they're living their best life.
Okay, but when you're arguing the extremes, that means because you don't have a good argument, because that's not the rule. And you know,
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying it's a bit odd to
go ahead.
Yeah, can I just say that? I don't know why women just don't get it. Because
is it women or me? Could just say me instead of women.
I actually agree with you.
You're not the only. If I want to say you, I'd say you. But I'm just saying women as in general, because
it is because
at 35, right, you can be looking good at 35, and you can get with a man at 35, and say you're gonna get with this man, you're gonna have a 5-year relationship with him, and then start having kids. Think about, you're 35, you're gonna start having kids at 40. It's not gonna be the same as somebody who is 20, being with that man for 5 years and having children, it doesn't matter how good you look. It doesn't matter about your body because you can't beat biology. That's what's going to happen.
No, but see, this again, like what you're saying, Auntie, is a great point. It's like women don't get it, and the facts are, it's like women can come out and say, I want someone who's 6 foot plus tall that drives a nice German car that makes X amount of money a year, and men have to accept that. Men say, I want a woman who's got a low body count, who doesn't go out, and who looks good, and it will get challenged.
You can't have it both ways.
I'm with you. It gets challenged.
You can't have it both.
So
and the thing is,
instead of listening to what we want, you have to challenge it, and then you get confused about why men stray. So, like when she's saying men will go for a younger woman, the stats are there that men are more attracted to younger women. Instead of looking at it and saying, okay, well, that's just the truth of the matter. The same way short men accept women like taller men, women need to accept that men have certain standards, and that is what the facts are.
and the thing is, why is it that when a woman tells a man, this is what I want, the men got to listen. But when the man is saying, this is what I want, the women like, no,
guys, I don't think we were saying that we don't accept. I just don't give up. I don't care. Like, it's not like, honestly, he is not the only man in this world. Like, if thinking this way, cool. Like, he gonna find his 20 years old girl who can give free child and whatever.
But
I'm not. Like, we are setting that. That we just think in a different way, which is a completely different thing.
But if the car,
we are setting it cool. Like, as I like a 6 foot guy, and you are setting it, I'm fine with you taking out a 20 years old girl.
You know,
like,
I can go out
peace.
there at 53. At 53, I'm looking good. I can get any man I want. You know why? Because I might have a low body count, but I'm going to be what all the men want. Do you know what I mean? Rubbish. You know what I mean? Rubbish.
Exactly.
I can say, I look good. I can flip
She's
my
less
legs
than
like
15.
a young'un.
She's less than 15.
I can go out there and it's rubbish.
This is
because at the end of the day,
point.
Hey, when you put it
I
that
am
way, the penny
barren.
drops.
This is
But you know what I mean? The
literally
older I
point.
get, the more barren I'm gonna get.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you can't get blood out of a stone. I don't care how good I look. You can't breathe after a certain amount. If you're gonna say, oh yeah, the exception can have a baby at 40, yeah, you want to go and be in the playground at 65, you know what I mean?
All women want
or in
kids.
school at
Okay,
65.
but the thing is,
But the women don't want children, but it's what the men want.
One mic.
It's what the men want.
And the men-
women are not listening to when the men talk, but men somehow have to shut up and listen to when women are talking.
Exactly.
How can you tell a man what you want when the man's telling you what I want? A man saying,
Exactly.
this is what I want, and the women like, nah, you don't want it because I'm all this. No.
Okay. Stop over talking me. Stop over talking me. Stop over. No. Stop. That's rude. You're being very rude. This is my show.
No.
You're over talking me. You're over talking me.
I'm trying
stop,
to clear
stop.
something.
Wait till I'm
Okay,
done. You
go
can
on
wait till
then.
I'm done.
Cool.
Or the other way is they say they don't care, but if you're selling a car, you have to study the people you're selling to. And you don't go up to the people that are buying and say, oh, you should want me. This is what you should want. Go ahead.
The point
Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to make is it's like you're assuming that you're putting me in the box of people that are saying, oh no, you can't want that because I'm this way, have me as I am. I never said that.
No, it's
I
not
said,
personal.
no, I said people should go for what they want. If you want a 20-something-year-old woman, go for that 20-something-year-old woman that wants a 40, 30-year-old man. If there's a 30-year-old woman or whatever who can't have kids or doesn't want to have kids or is too old to have kids or whatever, and she meets someone that is happy to have her, then that's like it shouldn't be a combative thing where it's like women don't listen and men listen and should have to settle and should have to listen to what women want, blah, blah, blah. If there's a man that is 4'8" and he wants a tall woman and the woman doesn't want him, he has to accept it. If there's a woman that's 37, 38 and there's a guy who's earning a lot of money, ticks all her boxes, he doesn't want her because she's old, she has to accept it. That's the point that I was trying to
The
make.
question in the beginning was, would you blame a man for stepping out if you had given somebody else your best years?
And this is why I
And
asked,
the men
what
were
is
saying
best years?
what the
do you
best
mean?
years are, but the women do not want to hear from the men what the best years are. And when it comes to what the best years for the men, biology takes a main part of it. So it doesn't matter how old.
you guys,
doesn't matter how.
and you guys were arguing about what the best years were.
No, because you said gave your best years to someone else. That's where I was a bit. What do you mean gave my best years?
Yeah, but it's not just the sex thing. It's the experience. It's that whole. Especially when you've had a child for someone else. Especially, I will say, majority of men, legacy is very important. Do not dismiss that.
There's a lot of baby mamas around.
No, okay, hold on. And then this falls in with the age thing as well, because as we were saying, the older you're getting, the more barren you're becoming.
So then, because you're older, you should accept that a man will cheat on you. Is that what we're saying?
Or die alone.
No.
You could die alone too.
So but we don't. That's the point, guys. Like, not every woman need a man. Like, it want to step out. Well, like when we are 30, that's my value. When you say, oh, you're not 20 anymore, so you don't have any value. No, my value is that I can stand by my own. I can pay my bills. I'm independent. And this is because I'm 30. Because when I was 20, I was probably looking for a man to, help me out in, just to, in order to.
Are you going to be happy 60 without a family by yourself?
Yeah, because in the world I can do a lot of things. I can travel. I can if I cannot have my own baby, I can adopt it. I can have a pet. I can do whatever else. I'm not just a bloody baby machine. Honestly, I'm not a baby machine. So my value doesn't depend from how many eggs I'm still containing.
Do you want children though?
I don't know. I still don't. I'd never found a man that let me think. Okay, let's have a baby still. So if I don't know, I don't gonna have a child. I don't think my life gonna be sad.
So you're saying you want children with the right man? It has to be the right man.
How old are you?
I'm 30 now.
Right. So, but what I'm trying to say is that if you find the right man, right, at 35, you get in a relationship at 35. When are you going to think about having a child?
No, that can happen in 6 months. That can happen in 2 years' time. That's not a calendar, and we don't planify our life day by day. That things just happens, and I just don't feel like I'm less valuable than 20 years old. I'm just different.
Did you know 1 out of 3 women under 30 have fertility issues? 1 out of every 3. Our food is different today.
I don't even know if I want a child.
I know, but I'm saying for the right guy. So if you found the guy that you would have a kid with, like that's more of a risk when you're older.
Yes,
that you can't
but
give him
free
that.
to go with a 20 years old if he just won't think about me as a baby machine. It's free to go with a 20 years old girl. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just conscious about my age.
Exactly
I'm
what I was
happy.
Yeah,
we're talking about baby right now, so I just answer the question.
About your values.
My value, I explained to you just now that my value is not about how many men I slept with. It's not about how many eggs I contain still, because I'm not a baby machine. My value is about how many money I can make, because I probably can make more money than a man out there. It's about what I can deal with life every day. I don't need a man. This is my value. I stand by my own. This is my value. So the question is, can you find a man that can stand next to me and deal with me?
Yeah, but
when you say that's your value, to who?
That's it.
But who's that? Yeah, who is
for
that
me,
man?
I don't need
that's
to
your
like
personal
set. Like when you're selling something, she's talking about cars. When you're selling something, it's you decide the value of your items.
The buyer does.
Yes.
The market
No,
does.
you don't.
So okay, that's like me saying, okay, I'm NBA, like an NBA player would wife me. That's like okay, stop interrupting me. That's like me saying that I can get a top 1% guy. So I would say I deserve a guy that makes $500,000. But none are lining up to buy me, then I'm not worth that. That's your value. And so you can't just tell men, oh, I'm still just as valuable.
I don't need to tell nothing.
But you
to
just
no
did.
one.
You just went off on a rant saying.
So
like,
you
just said.
I think you're not getting my point. I'm gonna repeat clearly. So I know very clearly what I want. Okay. Now, as you said, probably I'm not available, so I don't gonna get what I want. Cool. I stay by my own. I don't need a man. Like, I get what I want. I guess I can just stay by my own. I don't need a man. I don't need to have a child. I'm like a person. I'm not a baby machine. I'm not a. Do you know what I mean? Like. That's my value. I stand by my own.
For what you're saying, you don't sound very happy about that.
No, I just don't. I'm not very happy about how other women can think about our body and our essence.
I'm telling you what men want.
Yeah, but you can think in your way. That's perfect.
It's not. No. I've talked to thousands of men.
Yeah, cool.
I'm sure men approach her, and then she's saying the value that she brings to the man that is approaching her. Whether he chooses to go to her or wants a 20, whatever. Obviously, he's approached her, so he likes her. So that's the value that she brings. That's the point.
But I'm saying I've never talked about you guys. I don't know you.
No, but we're talking about
But the question is that fair to expect monogamy? So I'm saying over a certain age, you're less valuable to men, and then as soon as I say that, you guys get triggered.
No.
And you guys keep interrupting.
She said that she's
I'm
30
saying
years
stop.
old and
Stop.
said when she
Stop.
gets to 35,
Stop.
did you not
Stop.
ask
Mute her mic. Stop. This is rude. This is my show.
Okay.
It's very rude to interrupt the host.
Okay,
like
carry on. Sorry.
This is disrespectful.
Sorry, carry on.
And so I'm saying that if you're going to men and telling them what they should value, and every time I say this is what men value, you keep arguing with it. Then you want to say, well, what are my best years? This, and this.
I get that, but I'm just saying she asked the question and said that this girl said she's 30, and then you said you're 30. So when you get to 30, you made it personal about her.
But
so
I know
why.
Sorry,
I don't know auntie's name. That she said once she gets to 35, and then her eggs, blah blah blah. She asked her something personal about her. So that's why it got personal, because you made it about her. So that's why she was talking about herself and not saying that you expect all men to accept this value, blah blah blah. The point is, if a certain man approaches her and this is the value that she gives or she brings, and the guy doesn't want it, then that's fine. I can understand that you're saying that this is men want X, Y, Z, men want whatever you said from a certain age or whatever, as if to say no man approaches a 30 or 35-year-old woman when there's two 30-year-old women sat here who men approach. That's the point.
But there's a difference between it doesn't count unless you get a ring. None of it counts.
Yeah,
it doesn't count. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Fine,
you can
fair
be
enough.
approached. Your number can be taken. Your Instagram can be got. But if you're not being kept, it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
You can tell any man, I get moved to 10 times a day. Cool. All right. Do you have a man? No.
Maybe we don't have a man because we don't want men like the majority of the men.
Okay.
So it's not about you taking women. It's about we like each other. We find, the match.
Okay.
So you cannot talk about women as someone they've been taken.
Yeah, but again,
so
girls, so here it is. I learned something today, yeah?
Yeah.
Auntie, me and Auntie had a conversation. Auntie explained to me, I said, are you in a relationship? She said, yeah, I'm in a relationship. And I said, does that mean you're not part of the 35 and over leftover women, which was a topic that we were speaking about at the time? And she went, I'm still part of that category. And I said, I don't get it. Like, you're in a relationship. You've made it. And she went, no, I haven't got a ring. So I'm still a part of that category. And I didn't get it because I was like, why? You're in a committed relationship.
Well, actually, you said because I'm in a committed relationship, but I'm a leftover. Or I'm a leftover in a committed relationship.
Yes, that was it.
And that's what I actually said. And even when you was talking about the value, the difference with now is that, at 25, I was hot. Do you know what I mean? I was hot, slim, hot.
You still.
And that's... Nah.
Yeah, you are.
Nah, that's fooling myself.
No.
No.
No, I don't.
You know what? I look hot for somebody of 53. Do you know what I mean? But I ain't fooling myself that I look as hot as I am at 53 as I did at 25.
Yeah.
I'm just the exception. Is that the same man that I was with at 25 is the same man that I was with now? Do you know what I mean? But other than that, no. I wouldn't say that. And I'm not fooling myself to say that. You know what I mean? I was lucky enough that he had my best years. And he still got my best years. And I had his best years. But at the end of the day, I can't turn around and say I'm better off than anybody else at 53 because anybody else at 53 must have got a wedding ring on, they've been married or something like that. But at the end of the day, if it weren't for a fluke, I'm just like everybody else.
Yeah, I'm
a leftover in a committed relationship. And that's what women fail to realise, that, yes, before you think about, I'm going to be single, I'm going to be this and I'm going to be that, you got to think to yourself, you know what? Because before I started thinking like that, I was like, you know what, I've got to get my pension. I got to get my own house. I got to get the house done in case I'm disabled. I got to get my will, got to get my LPA, because just in case you end up on your own. And you know something, 32 years, and I'm still got that mindset, you know what, because I'm still leftover, because I've still got to think like that. So I'm gonna think to myself, yeah, I've been with the guy for like 30 something years. I got to still think like that. You know why? Because I got no security.
Yeah, but
There's no ring on my
you're doing
finger.
the right thing
So I'm gonna
because
fool myself and say I've got the same worth to him as I was years ago, or I look, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, you're hot. Come on, 53.
No,
great
we
years.
know.
Uh-uh.
I think we.
So the goal is marriage. Then is
The
that?
goal should always be marriage, because that's
Okay.
when you know a guy is committed to you. And that's what I said. You can be a woman for today. I was talking the other week and I was saying, a man could be with you for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, whatever. So there's a ring on your finger, he's not committed to you. He can step out.
So you said you've been with the same person that you've been with since you were 25.
No, before that, yeah.
Since you were before 25.
Yeah.
And did you have kids or
No, we got 2 separate children.
you've got 2? So you've not had kids together.
No.
Since you were.
No, we haven't.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, but
And I can go around and say, oh, yes, when I was 35, I look really good and we could try and have children together. Come on, by the time you're 35, you think to yourself, yeah, I could have had a kid at 35 with him. But then you got to think to yourself, hang on, how old am I going to be when the kid goes nursery? How old am I going to be when I'm going to go and pick up my grandkids now. I don't want to be going picking up my child and they're saying, who's that? Is that your grandma? No, it's my mummy. And then nowadays you're thinking about secondary school and university. I don't want to be in those 70 years old and going to picking up my child and say, oh yeah, they're graduating.
that
And you're
because
playing
of-
with fire because the average, if you want to freeze your eggs and go that route like that, it costs like $25,000. There's no guarantee it'll work. The average person can't afford that.
No, I'm just thinking it's interesting because you said you were together from before you were 25. So what, like 22, 23?
About that, yeah.
Like 22, 23. And then, but you were in the, like you guys said, the best years of your life or whatever and still didn't have
I'm
kids.
still having them.
Sorry, you're still...
I'm still having them.
No, I'm just going by what these guys
I'm saying
said
by
here,
the
that
worth. By the worth.
From the... They said
Because
that...
I wouldn't have a child from 35 onwards. So according to a man, if a man wants to have a child and that would have been the time to have a child then. Not like 30. Because by the time 30 comes, we're like, forget it. Do you know what I mean? Forget it. Because I'm putting
Yeah,
my
but-
body through that.
by according what said your name again.
KB.
KB, he said, especially when a woman has a child with before, that's the best year also because there's a very strong and close relationship between your baby dad and yourself, right? So, but you are actually just showing that that's not true. So
Yeah,
because
No. The difference
'cause you
is
could have
that
had
you don't know
kids.
my story. The difference is that I had an abusive relationship. That's why I've got no hang-ups.
Oh,
so
I
there's a
didn't know
completely
that, sorry.
difference. If
Yeah.
it was a happy relationship and I had my son and we left, that'd be different. But number one, I was on contraception when I had my son, so he wasn't planned. And because of that reason, that's why I decided to have one child. Because I would say 1 is a mistake, 2 you can say is an accident, 3 is careless, 4 and above your what list. So as far as I'm concerned,
that
I had
wasn't-
1 out of wedlock and that is it.
yeah, but anyway, you had a child and your partner evaluate you anyways as a valuable woman. So he actually spent after the best here with you.
In this scenario, though,
So
I wouldn't
do you know
judge
what I
her.
mean?
The monogamy
Do you know what I
there,
mean?
or-
This is
Is she
just the
comfortable?
proof.
Yes, he spent the best
This
years
is
with
just
me. I
the
agree
proof
with you.
that what you guys saying it doesn't have
No.
any
Yes, no,
value.
they're saying the
Like
same
it's not
thing.
sense.
You're not
His best
listening.
years
No
with
sense.
me
You're
at
not-
that
no.
age.
Yeah, we
One
do.
mic,
But
one
you
mic,
already had that.
one mic.
At that age, at between like say it was a 20,
Talk to your mic.
between that 20 and
I'm
30.
agree.
But
It
if I
definitely
wasn't
spent-
with him and I'd spent, what they're trying to say is that if I'd met him at 30, why should he be faithful to me when I've given my best years to some other man? If I stayed with my baby father
Yeah.
until I was 30 and then said, you know what, I'm going to get back with the first one, the one I'm with now. Why should he be monogamous? Why should he stay with me?
Because you have a lot
when
of
I've-
stuff,
No,
a lot
because
of
I've already
values
given
still.
up my good life, the best of my life when I was young, free, sexy, agile, fling my legs over my shoulders, was all between the ages of 20
See,
to
look
30.
at her. She knows.
Well, because it's
He knows.
No, I
But-
don't know.
That's
I
when
don't
your
know
best
because
years
like
are.
it's not valuable to men.
Yeah,
Like
okay,
because you
as I said-
you don't have the youth and you don't have the purity at 30. It's
Okay,
gone. So
okay.
you don't have what men value.
okay, as I said, first of all, right now, a 20 years old a girl cannot have purity anymore because they probably lose their virginity when they 12. But let's forget about it. So if that the point, that means that every woman that has child, he had child before, or he has important relationship before, could not have a husband later. And I saw a lot of people that actually had child before and after they get married or whatever. So what do you mean that the man that actually, wifey are is a, I don't know, is a bum, like
a bum? Well, men don't care about your job. Like you could do nothing, and like men do not give a shit. Like because you said earlier, like I make money, and I'm like, well, not to men. That's like a shoe collection to women. Like if a guy says, oh, I have a cool shoe collection, we're like, oh, that's cool. But then we keep moving. That's how men feel about work.
Okay, yeah.
So they
but like
they'd prefer a girl that like does nothing, so she can like hang out with them and like dote on them.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, as
one person can get married unemployed, not two.
yeah,
unless you look like Michael B. Jordan or something.
Like honestly speaking, me myself, because we're talking about what a man expecting from a woman, but we're not talking about what a woman expecting from a man, and then
because we always hear it.
Huh?
Because we always hear it.
No. Did
women.
you hear my point? Oh, like you think what we're talking about now is just a part of the men in the world, which is probably the majority, but doesn't mean that is the totality, guys. So
okay.
Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, we can keep saying that's the majority, and
right.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, but again, that's
who
like
said that
but
we
that's
want
like
that majority.
saying a man going out and saying, "Okay, cool, I want to go and find a virgin." Yeah, and we're gonna go and find this virgin. It's the same way you're saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be this exception, and I will find that guy who wants me."
No, but
you're saying it's not the totality.
No. You didn't get my point. I don't give a shit to find the men who evaluate me because I know about my value. I don't need that man to recognize my value. I don't give a shit. If I gonna find him, cool.
But you
if
just
I
said,
don't, I can stand on my own. I'm paying my bills.
I have a question.
I got a job. What do I need a man for?
Okay.
To have sex?
But that's fine though.
I can still have sex.
Okay.
I have a question. For
women.
you. How do you determine what your value is?
Right.
I told you.
Okay,
A
it's
woman
based on
for
your
me is
job?
an independent woman who can stand by his own, can pay her bills. He has the maturity to understand even when it's the right time to have a children because everyone can have a child anytime, just, and then
Those
it's
things-
also about how we have our, we kind of parent we are. So it's not just about having eggs. Because honestly, I prefer a woman that stay without children instead that someone that doesn't deal properly with children.
So question, who is that valuable to? What you just listed, who is that valuable to?
You mean
who?
For who?
Yeah, who is that valuable to? What you
For
just
myself. I don't care about other people's opinion.
Okay, so
I need to that's just two people that I should worry about. God and myself.
So
not
you don't care
about
what men
other
want?
men.
You don't care
Not
about what men
about
want
no.
at all, ever?
No.
Ever?
What should I
Have
care?
you ever
So-
cared about what men want?
Okay, Pearl, finish your line of questioning. Sorry,
Yeah.
Karen.
okay, so so I just want to clarify. So you don't care what men want, and the way you determine your value is what you say.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit narcissistic?
No, it's not.
Because
It's not, because the
you
point-
only care about yourself and not what anyone else wants.
No, listen, the point.
Okay.
I didn't say it just about myself, just about the people that actually is in my small circle, which is different. Because when someone comes inside my circles, they actually understand my value. I don't need to explain to them. So that's the point. The other point, obviously, I don't give a shit about any, not offense, but really about people that is not in my small circle. So, okay, I'm not vulnerable. Okay, cool. Peace. I'm gonna come back to my life. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. I'm gonna keep paying my bills, and then you know what I mean.
Okay,
You want
I
a
guess
man.
pretty
Right,
much
so
everybody.
you basically turn into the
That's
this
what
is what
everybody
girls
does,
do
though.
though. Women turn into the men they want to marry. So if you're looking for a guy, all the things you
I'm
listed,
not looking for a guy.
No,
looking for-
no.
I'm
I
not
know you're
looking.
not. I'm saying, but typically, I'm saying in general. I don't know you personally, but I'm saying in general, when women become the men they want to marry, so they become all the things that men want. Because what she just described, that's the man. That's a man I would date, but it's not what women. It's not what men want.
Yeah.
A guy that's independent, that pays his bills, that goes gets the bag. I'm sign me up. But to a man, that's that's a red flag.
Well, you said men don't care what a woman about her career.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So then if she's making money, getting her bag, whatever, a man wouldn't care, no?
No, they don't care.
So then her value, a man will approach her then. A man will want her.
A man
because
can walk into Tesco and see an attractive girl at the till and
I
decide
agree.
he wants to change her life. A woman will not walk into Tesco, see an attractive man.
I
That's
agree.
what you think.
I
That's
get
what
that.
you-
I
It's the
agree,
truth.
but
I honestly,
that's
that's
facts.
not the
Facts.
totality.
No, but
it
It's
is
not the
facts.
totality. I've been in relationship with men that honestly,
I've even
in
about
less
10
than me,
minutes.
Yeah.
they had absolutely nothing.
And where are they now?
What does it mean that? Like, what about other men that are 6 foot and they, I don't know, they billionaire? They anyway got like, you know.
If you meet a billionaire and
You're
you're
proof-
dating a billionaire, you fumble the bag.
Listen, I actually like comparing. I probably had more relationship with people that are less rich than someone that I probably didn't give a
Wait.
chance. I didn't give a chance to them.
Wait,
it's not about.
So you've dated like broke guys, is what you're saying?
I had some not broken, like
broke.
just,
Do you-
they
like,
not
they
rich.
don't- they don't-
I wasn't checking their bank
No, but
account.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but I'm saying,
I'm not doing it still now.
Do you think you attract feminine guys because you're more masculine?
No, I wouldn't say feminine. Honestly, just people with balls, which is different. It's not
With
about being.
balls?
Yeah, it's not about being feminine. It's about being very confident. Because when you're standing next to me, because I think I'm tough, I got strong personality. You need balls, honestly.
Why
and then someone else who prefer a young lady who doesn't work, who can be manipulated and can be, controlled. Because you are the strong in the relationship. I need a man. It doesn't really. It's a partnership. Like we are together. We're strong in the same way. When a man is looking for a younger lady, which is virgin, who doesn't work, probably earn less than me, is because they need to feel like they are the strongest one. They
No.
controlling,
Shame.
they
That's what you
controlling, they
think.
Shame.
they taking
Again,
the power
insult,
in the
you
relationship.
Need to be
You're
right.
just deciding what you believe men.
No,
want.
that's my point of view.
Yeah, you're deciding.
Yeah, I'm not
exactly.
deciding. I'm expressing my point of view as
Yeah,
you
no,
did
you're
just
deciding.
before.
What you said
I'm
was-
not deciding.
You are. You said men go for younger women because they feel they're gonna control them and manipulate
Yes.
them.
What if
That's
what if
what I
what if
think.
men said that about women? They'd be look so stupid if
It's-
they're like women like rich guys because they want to manipulate and control them. People be like, that's a cope. You just need to go make
Yeah.
money. And it's the same thing when women say things like that to men, like you're shaming them.
Yeah.
It's shame, guilt. Like this is like the common tactics are shame, guilt, insult. Wait,
Yeah.
shame, guilt, shame, insult, guilt, and need to be right.
Yeah.
No,
that's-
I'm not need to. That's the point, guys. You have you walking like a horse. You don't see like on
No.
the left and the right. Yes,
No.
because I am setting your point of view, but you saying that I want to control your or
You
man point
said
of
the
view.
man who
No, wait,
gets
wait, wait,
with
wait,
you
wait,
has
wait,
to
wait.
have
I
balls.
no, I
Are you
never
telling the room
said
how they
that.
experienced
I
you?
never said that. Sorry.
I'm saying you're telling the room how they experienced you. I'm saying you're,
No,
if,
you-
if
you
more than,
telling me
if more than
how-
one person, if more than one person in the room.
No,
is-
you guys are saying like how a man should look at me.
No, I never
You
said
say
your
that.
name.
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
I don't know what you do.
No, honestly, when I'm saying to me, I'm saying to women because I belong to the. Actually,
women?
I don't know if you guys realize, but yeah, I'm a girl. So the category of women, not me myself as
so
a
if
Alessandra.
you belong to women,
Yes.
and we're talking about what men want from women,
What-
you then take yourself out of belonging to women to say what you are.
No,
You've been doing that all night.
no, I'm
Because
standing.
You just said
Yeah.
I belong to women,
Yeah.
right? And the discussions we're having is what men want from women.
Sorry,
And when
you
you don't
represent
like
the
the
totality of
answer,
men in this world.
you come out.
Do you represent the totality of men in this
Shame
world?
and insult, guilt
Statistics
need
are
to be
there.
right.
No, I'm-
the statistics
I'm
are
not need
there,
to be
though.
right. I not need to be right.
The
Like
statistics are there.
which
You can-
statistic? Because like it's based on what? Like
She
honestly
said statistics
speaking.
all day.
Oh,
the
come on,
majority
guys.
of
But-
there are.
I could
Let's say that the statistic is right, and you come out with the best number ever. Okay, let's say that. Okay, cool. So the majority of men think like you.
Right.
All right, cool. I'm accepting that you prefer a 20 years old women. I just don't give a shit. Is it clear? Like I don't give a shit. So you can prefer go out with a 20 years old girl, have child, married, whatever you wish.
I hope you do, King.
Am I accepting?
I hope you do, King.
Yeah, I'm
I hope
accepting.
you do.
I'm accepting.
Go get
it.
that 20-year-old.
Do you know,
Okay.
I'm accepting it.
Right.
Cool. I
Okay.
just don't give a shit.
That's fine.
As you don't give a shit about what I think. So why you cannot just say, okay, this is just a different point of view, as I'm accepting your point of view. That's cool. That's cool for me.
Yeah,
like,
again,
I'm like,
okay,
you're quite angry for being cool.
no,
with that.
I'm not.
like,
No,
again.
love. You get confused between have energy and then get
I'm pretty
angry.
energetic. I know.
It doesn't seem like. I think
Yeah.
I just wanna like trying to communicate my point, which is
Yeah.
different. I'm not angry to you or like to anyone else. Just my point. I want to make it clear because I think I've been invited for this reason. That's the point. I'm not angry at all. Like
Okay.
honestly speaking.
Okay.
All right,
Good.
cool.
Good. Good.
It's passionate.
Yeah, there we go. I'm just Italian, guys.
Passion.
Give me food and conversation. I can.
Love that.
Okay. Are men or women the prize?
You asking the room?
Yeah.
Yo.
Are men or women the prize?
We go
Go
around.
around.
All right, cool. Bet. Give me a sec.
Oh, women are the
DLT.
prize.
Alright, so women the prize?
Women are the prize.
Okay. Wait, tell me why.
Because they're the ones that we're going for. Well, me personally, I'm going for the woman, and I want to go for the woman that I believe is the right woman and someone who else many people would want.
Okay, go ahead.
Nah, men are the prize. We run society, we keep society going. I'm not saying women are. I knew she was gonna go. Men are the prize. Women are the prize.
Okay, what do you think? Men or women? Who's the prize?
The the prize for like okay, wait. Let me just. So, are men or women the prize?
Yes.
In what sense? Like in the world or in
In the dating game.
the dating game? Well, women.
Okay.
Women are the prize. What do you think?
Last 50-50.
You think like half women, half men? Okay, fair enough. Go ahead.
Men.
Men are the prize. What do you think, Auntie?
I think men. There's more women anyway, so how can women be the prize? There's so many of them running out around out there. It's got to be men.
So, second question: do women date up or down?
They up.
Okay.
Up when they can help it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do women date up or down?
Date up.
Yeah.
I answer for me personally up.
Up.
I'm not
Always
looking
up.
at my stomach.
Okay.
They date down, they sleep up.
They date down and they
sleep
sleep
up. Yo, that's cold.
If
That's cold.
down.
That's cold.
so, if women date up, wouldn't that make men the prize?
It's a good point.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good point.
I get the point, but I still don't see men as the prize.
Why not?
Like,
So let me get this right. You've acknowledged the point.
yeah,
Acknowledge the point.
I understand
Yeah,
where
let me-
I understand the point.
Allow me to finish. So
Right.
you've acknowledged the point,
Right.
but you don't agree. Can you explain why?
No, you asked me who are the prize and relate. I'm still umming and ahhing about the question the question anyway. Like who's the prize, sort of, because then it's like the whole value thing and all that sort of stuff. So that's why I just said women, just to give an answer that women are the prize because of what they bring to a relationship or whatever it is, right? I just said it, just whatever. But then what was it you said again? That why do women date up?
I said, do women date up or down? And
So if majority of the women here said date up,
Yeah.
then why would a man would be the prize?
Yes.
But then dating up, you're not dating down. So
if they're dating up, then the men are dating down. Because
no, but
yeah.
But if women are dating up and men are dating down, you're saying
Yeah, they
that
are.
women
Man's-
are not the prize, that a man is the prize.
Yeah.
So then
They-
men would just date men because men are the prize. Why are men
What?
dating down? If a man is the prize, wouldn't all men just date all men?
What's going on?
Oh no.
No, the thing.
No.
No.
There's no need for that.
This is
Like they.
Because okay.
That's why I didn't understand the whole
Because
prize
we're
thing.
talking about straight people. Okay.
Yeah,
so they
so
wouldn't
am I.
they wouldn't date. Why would men date each other when they're straight? This isn't.
Because you just said men are the that
Because-
would make men the prize.
Yeah, because men could date up, but they
Right.
don't. They date down.
Yeah.
So then men would be the prize.
that means they don't have a choice.
There's
'Cause if
some
all
there's
men
some
are-
women there's some women that would be up. There's some
Yeah,
women that
there
would
are
be
women-
down.
There are women that would be up, like Oprah is up, right? So then a man has to be above her to date down to her. Is that what you're saying?
No, Oprah's not up.
No, I'm just general. Like I'm just saying,
right,
like
okay.
value, money, whatever. I can't think of a
Income-wise.
young
No,
rich
no,
woman.
no, that's not up though.
So what's up then?
Got a point.
For
The
men.
biology aspect they
Can
was
I-
talking
So
about.
a
I
woman
think
that is
for
up
a woman.
or a woman that is down.
Margot Robbie.
There's just-
So someone that's young.
Someone who's young.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
beautiful.
This is the
So
point.
someone young
Actually, I
and
think she hit
successful.
30. I gotta find someone that's 22, but
So Margot-
young and pretty, basically.
Yeah.
So
That-
young
that's
and-
up.
Virgin
Young and pretty is
with
dating
a lot
up.
of eggs.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah?
she's young and pretty and works in Tesco,
Yes,
like you said,
She's
exactly.
up. in
Yes,
the
we're
dating
gonna-
that
market.
means
Yeah.
he's dating up.
Yes.
It depends on her personality as well.
Okay, her personality,
Nah,
all
we-
of that. She works in Tesco. Personality, she's 20. She's young. Her body count is 0. Whatever.
Yeah.
Then you're
Then
up.
the
Yeah.
man is dating up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you know her? There's some guys that might want
No,
to get her
because you
number.
guys are throwing stuff
That's the point. So she would be considered high in the.
So
in the
she's
dating
high
market.
value.
Yeah.
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 in the dating market.
Yes.
So then, wait.
So
I'm
now,
trying to.
here's my
Okay,
thing.
yeah.
You're now starting to understand how men think. We're totally different.
Was the
from
light bulb went off?
getting
Yeah,
the
you're
the
getting
clock
there.
is right. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
if that is a woman that is high value,
Yeah.
and then why would that woman want to date you? Wouldn't she want to date someone high value, someone up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because men
Yeah, we
date
say
both.
women
Which is
date
the
up.
man.
That's what
Yes.
I'm saying.
the man.
Women
They
date
are.
up.
We
Right. So then, wait.
I see where you know what? I see where you're going with this because you're saying high value women go for high value men.
Yes,
You're saying
correct.
there's an equality there.
Yeah.
But for us,
So then the
value.
low value man who is trying to date up, she doesn't want you.
Correct.
So,
No, I would
Correct.
say.
Yeah,
You're
so-
absolutely
yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Men date
yes.
down.
That's why 1 in 3 men are virgins or haven't had sex in the past year because nobody wants them.
so
Yeah.
you're saying men are dating down.
Yes.
So by
Yes.
dating down, you're saying he's dating someone over 25, 30, whose
No
body
eggs.
count is up, whose eggs are cracked and scrambled.
Yeah, I mean, guys
so
will
that's he's dating down.
guys will put up with more than men do.
so
like,
he'll put up with
Women.
more
Women,
and date
women.
down.
oh, sorry, yeah.
The guy will put up with more and date down
Yes,
because he doesn't
yes.
have a choice. But he'll still cheat on that woman. He still has a right to not be monogamous to her because her value is low.
It depends.
But you don't have a choice because the high value woman doesn't want you. So you're dating down.
right, but a lot
So
of
if you're-
high value women die alone because
That's not what I'm talking about. I mean,
High
I'm
value
talking
women
about
die alone.
some.
So guys, you
Why?
should put more
Wait,
effort.
wait, wait.
somewhere else.
explain.
Wait. What are we defining as a high value woman?
Sorry, I'll explain. A lot of
They
eight,
just
a
said a
lot of
high-value
sorry,
woman.
sorry.
Wait.
I'll explain. I'll explain. I'll explain. A lot of 8 to 10s that are very pretty die alone because they can't leave the streets because they're so used to the attention. Like that. Like what? Sorry, go ahead.
Guys,
By that, then you're so used to the attention.
This is like honestly, I've just heard this from guys. This is just like strictly. This is just the experience that I've had like talking to guys the last like 2 years.
Yeah.
And they just say a lot of girls that are like very pretty and they're given like that's the most valuable thing you can be given is extreme beauty. Like you come out, you can get a modeling contract, and girls waste it. And they waste their best years.
But that doesn't make you high value just because
So you're right. You're right. Sorry. Technically, if we're gonna go high value woman, the man. I misused the term. Like a high value woman technically has to be chosen by a high value man.
Exactly.
I just meant like very attractive women that are like the most sought after. They wouldn't be. You're right. I used the wrong
That's still
term.
in the streets.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm saying like a lot of like the most beautiful women die alone because they're so used to being like an 8 to 10 that that's their whole personality. They can't. Like
can't break out
they've never
of that.
been bullied.
But
like
yeah.
if you tell a girl she's not special, they freak out,
That
which
would
is
make
weird.
you-
Most
that would
people
make
aren't
you low
special.
value.
Well, go ahead.
That would make you low value.
Who?
If you're beautiful but you don't have any other qualities, you're still in the streets.
Correct.
You're still a hoe. You're low value.
Yeah.
The equivalent would be a fucking a cryptocurrency.
But well, you're not
in
low
the
value.
in
If
the
you're
dating game, go on.
if you're beautiful, you
Yeah.
like someone that's 300 pounds isn't going to get in the same like she could have a no body
but
count.
You're gonna get the initial attention.
Yeah.
But if you have nothing else and you're a hoe,
Yeah.
like your background,
Yeah,
you just been
correct,
ran through.
correct.
So
I'm not
at
gonna
this
keep you.
point,
But that's why I say like girls that are 8 to 10s often die alone. That's what I was
That's the
saying
whole
because
point.
because they're so used to that attention that it's like a drug. They can't. They can't.
so wait.
This is just what I've heard from men.
Okay,
men?
so
I'm
like,
not sure, but it depends on.
No,
on-
but honestly,
it depends on your culture,
Okay,
your
let's-
background.
You're
where
right.
You're
It's
from.
not-
for, like
sorry, the
generally
West.
speaking,
The West. Yeah,
if you look at, we can go to like Instagram chicks, yeah? The majority of them are single. Your Bernice, all of them, and they may get gifts, they may get dated, but are they kept? how many of them do you see that are kept? And this is the point that.
But you're referring to looks only.
But that's what we're saying. 8 to 10s.
Yeah, but that's low value. So why?
No. So what she's saying is that
with looks,
when you start with looks,
Yeah.
like as much as people want to pretend that this personality stuff matters, the
Looks,
initial attraction is looks. Yeah. So when you are attractive and you have pretty privilege, you're gonna get attention. So what she's saying is, when you get that sort of attention, it's like a drug. You go out and you know that you're gonna have the pick of men coming to attract and move to you and talk to you and sell you dreams.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? But you're still not being kept at the end of the day. No one is going to turn that attraction and those dreams into marriage, into a ring, and they die alone.
Why?
I understand that, but you could say the same for some men.
But
Yeah, but
you're
this-
correct.
Like-
You're
like-
but that's
like
a man's choice if he
but you're,
chooses not
you're,
to.
but
to
men
marry
have
a
more
woman.
time. Like a dude can be 50 and a girl that's 30 will still find him fine. But like it's not the same vice versa.
You could be 50 and a bitch, and you're not attractive.
as a
You could
guy.
you could be a guy.
Correct. Most-
You have all the money in the world, but you're just not.
Well, most
You
men,
don't turn women on.
correct. Most men have died alone. Like
Yeah,
I think
that would be-
only
that would be the
40%. Only
equivalent.
40% of men have reproduced throughout history. So where 80% of women have. So the majority of men do die alone. You're right. It's just a new thing for women because like they don't listen to what men want anymore.
So how do we fix
Where's this
that?
coming from?
What? Go ahead.
How do we like level the playing field there?
We're doing it slowly.
Well, I mean, to me, it's like you get rid of the consequence. More people do it. So if you pay women to leave marriages, the more girls are going to do it. They're paid through child support and through the government. Like when you pay women to make bad decisions, every bad decision we make, we're bailed out of. You could be homeless. There's a women's shelter to take care of you. You could sleep around. You can get an abortion to bail you out. Like whatever bad decision women make, there's a bailout.
There's incentives, yeah.
Yeah, like so if you're paid to make bad decisions, more women make bad decisions. Like they're not
You
going to
get a
stop. They're not going to
baby,
stop till the consequence goes
you
away.
get a flat.
Yeah.
You know,
That was a big thing in this
Well,
country.
big
They
thing.
didn't have
You
a
get a
baby.
baby.
What'd you say earlier?
Sorry, there's she didn't hear it, and I said in my day, women were just they're getting pregnant to get.
To
So
get
we're
a baby.
yeah. This is the first
You get
time Pearl
bailed
had heard
out.
of it, and
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I said,
You get bailed
but
out
there was a
for bad
stigma
decisions.
then. You know,
Yeah,
there
what
was a
about-
stigma. Then
what
after that, it
about-
was like we're gonna get a flat, and nowadays it's like, hey, I got kids.
Yeah,
What about
They
the
were
baby
women,
dad?
they
One
were
mic,
16,
one mic.
17 doing that for a long time. Like it really only stopped with like our ages.
Well,
really.
men hit reality hard because if a man makes a bad decision or if he ain't shit, the world will tell him.
Yeah.
Well, they will feed women lies and let her live in delusion. Like even when I said you're less valuable when you hit 30, like that shouldn't be. That's just life.
Yeah, like
I'm
it's-
less valuable than I was when I was 22. It just is what it is.
It is what it is. It's
Like-
not a
Less
personal
valuable
attack
to
on
men,
you.
or just
Yes.
less
Yeah,
valuable
to
in the
men.
world.
No, we're not talking about
to men.
personal worth,
We're
but like,
talking-
but
yeah.
Less
honestly,
valuable to men.
honestly, to everyone, like your looks are currency. Girls don't even like we don't know how good they have it because you are given more attention and opportunity because of the way you look. Life is on easy mode as a young, pretty girl.
Yeah, man.
Shit, like hit 50. Let life change. Every like, sorry. But you're like,
It is
you're-
a fact.
Angie, like
It
you're.
is-
When you hit my age, you best learn to cook,
It's
bake,
right.
iron, look
And
after
the
children,
thing
and
is,
everything like that.
we see it every day in the world, but people still choose to argue the fact. It is true. As a 21-year-old, your life was different to how it is
Yeah.
now. It is a
Yeah.
fact. It is a fact. When you were younger, you were more attractive. You went out, you
To
felt
you.
fresher. No, it's not
To
about being to
everyone.
me. It's just
Honestly,
everybody.
honestly, I'm gonna ask you something then. It happened to me to have many friends. They actually prefer like date older
They're trying
girls.
to fuck you.
Yeah.
Like they.
That's all it
May I
is.
speak?
Not to settle
All
down.
right,
Alright, guys,
so
one mic,
may,
one mic,
may,
one mic, one
may I
mic.
make the point? Men are trying to fuck you. A 20 years old girl as a 15 years old woman. That's not different. They are thinking just to. I don't want to be rude, but like, you know what I mean? They are thinking about that from the principle. So, if a old women get, less attractive, whatever it is. So anyway, that's quite good looking 15 years old women that they actually dating 20 or 30 years old man.
The women got money.
It's
There's
not
not
even.
many.
The women
No,
got money.
no, it's not.
Let
It's
finish,
not
let finish.
even. Like honestly, me personally, I had friends very good look, 6 foot guys, very good looking guys, they actually dated older women.
Did they
with
marry them?
also child.
Did they marry them?
With what intention?
What does
Did they? It doesn't count unless you get a ring.
For me, like
It doesn't. No, I'm saying it doesn't count unless he commits to you for life. So
Yeah, what-
Yeah, it's like the guy is 26 years old. Give him the time to get married, innit?
I could say, okay, I dated a guy that was a millionaire. Does that mean make me a millionaire wife? No.
No.
Yeah, but
Like,
that's
so
actually
if you don't have the
cases.
results.
The results. So first of all, that's not the result for myself because 20 years old women who can get married when she's 22, so she's so valuable or whatever. She got a lot of eggs. She can be left alone when she is 25 and the husband is sleeping around and gonna left her alone looking after the child. So what about the value we're talking about? She's still 25. She give you her best life, her best
She's
period,
less valuable
and
with a kid.
she is by herself now. So what about this?
Why don't she get
What
married?
about this?
Go ahead.
I was say, why don't she get married before she had the kid?
No, I said you getting a 20 years old woman with lot of eggs, beautiful and then everything. So very, up standard.
Childless.
No, childless.
Okay.
So you get married with her.
Yeah.
You got her pregnant. So let's say you got one child or whatever now. How many cases we know about men leaving the house with the children?
Or men still cheating on them.
Cheating.
it's
So
not-
what about the value, guys? If she was that valuable, so why he went outside to looking for other?
Because cheating is different for men and for women.
No,
men can have sex with a
Nah.
hole in the
And what
wall.
about when they leave the children and the wife?
Men don't
what
leave.
about
Men, stop,
they
men,
leave?
No, they,
they
don't.
Leave.
No, they don't. No,
So
they
let's
don't. No,
talk-
they
What
don't.
do you mean, no, they don't?
No, women leave. Women leave. Women.
That's too
women,
many number
women,
you forgot to take in here.
Stop yelling. Stop.
I'm not yelling.
No, you just were
Okay.
yelling. Okay. Women leave 70 to 80% of the time. 90%. If you have a college degree, 90% of the time you're leaving.
They leave 'cause you cheated, or they leave just because?
Men, by and large, are not leaving.
So there's
Men,
not.
men and women cheat at equal rates.
I'm not talking about
Men-
cheating.
Oh,
I'm
no,
talking
they
about.
cheat equal.
I know lot of children left alone from their dad. Okay,
Go ahead.
I know a lot of single mother
okay.
and
Well,
they've been
okay,
left alone.
Okay,
Can I
you
just say
can know
something?
it, but you can look at who files a divorce.
The difference.
That's
Sometimes
They
Girl-
probably never even get married, but that's not the
girls,
point.
girls,
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 But the
girls.
difference from what she's saying is that the big difference is what you said, that he married her.
Yeah.
That gives her status. Who cares if he's sleeping out? She's covered. If she
cares?
goes,
Why get married?
That's what
think
I
about
was
it.
gonna
You're
say. Thank you.
Married.
Come on.
You're married.
Why
Think
get
about
married?
the
No,
position that she's
an
in.
ex-wife and a baby
The
mama are two different things. They're not the
man-
same.
Guys,
The man has
wait,
committed.
sorry, Auntie Jenny, just give me 1 second. Guys, I'm going to reiterate the rules because we're not getting there. One at a time. People at home can't hear you. It's a great conversation. I want you guys to have this conversation, but I need to be able to hear you. So please allow each other to speak one at a time. Thank you. Let's get into it.
You got a young girl, you said 25, with a kid, and the man marries her, leaves her, goes and sleeps out. You got
That's his
a
kid, by the way.
25, yeah.
Yeah.
You got a 25-year-old woman, not married. The man has a kid with her and leaves her. Who's at the better advantage? The one that got married.
Why?
That's your point of view. That's your point.
Married, and
because
she
she
can
still
take
cheated.
everything.
Because they making everything about status and what society think about women.
No,
That's
we're making
the
it about-
reason.
no, we're making it
she
about
got a ring,
results.
so she gonna be
Results.
more. Who give a shit about being
Results.
married? I don't
Results.
gonna get
Results.
nothing
Because
from a
that's
man
like-
if
that's
I
like-
get married.
One at a
What I
time.
gonna get? Sicily there.
That's like me saying I'm an Olympian with no medal. But I'm an Olympian. like women live like this is what I mean. Like you like that's delusion. Like
If
women
for you-
go through
for you-
life living in delusion.
But
And this is just a
everyone
birth-
has different
Like-
aim. Like
no,
how
no,
you
no,
focus
no,
in
it's
life.
not. No, it's
If
not.
your
I'm
focus
sorry.
is
One
getting
at a
married,
time.
All I need is one mic.
if I have a ring, then I am protected. Your mic is off because you keep interrupting me. If I have a ring, then I'm entitled, then I am protected legally. I'm protected legally. If you
from
don't
what?
from
what?
do you
From
do you,
what?
okay? Do you not know legal?
Sorry, but if he
You can turn it on. Go ahead.
Oh, I was on mute this whole time. Okay, but if he's cheated on you, like a 20-year-old, he's married her. She's young. She's got eggs. Whatever. He's married her. They've had vows. they've had a child and he's cheated, she's okay because she's got a ring.
She's
That's
special.
all right.
He's basically broken the
special.
vows.
Really not getting the
Special.
point.
She's
here.
special.
But
You're
he
not getting
cheated
the
on
point.
somebody.
He's special because he married her. That's what's the most
You're not
important
getting the
thing for a
point.
man.
And then
There's the
cheated,
side
but
chicken
then,
and the wife.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't
Cheating
finished.
don't matter.
I hadn't finished. Sorry. So you said that there was the 20-year-old who got married, had a baby, and he cheated, and then you got the 25-year-old who had a baby but didn't get married, and he cheated. Or let's just say they're both the same
Yeah.
age, right?
Right.
The one that had a ring is more special because she got a ring.
She
She's
is
more valued.
protected.
That's his
Okay,
queen.
she's protected by law because it's husband, wife,
Okay,
divorce,
so
whatever.
let's
whatever.
just exactly. So let's
So
be
so
let's-
because sorry, I hadn't finished. So because she's protected by the ring, that makes her more valuable
Let's-
because she got the medal. Is that what
let's
you're
be
saying?
real.
She
let's
got
be,
results.
Let's
She
be
got results.
Let's
Like,
be
that's
real
like-
in life.
But sorry, I hadn't finished.
Wait, no, but you stopped and then you say I haven't finished.
No, because you cut in and didn't let me finish.
Okay, go on.
So then, sorry, you just said the result was the ring, but the
All right.
result was she got cheated
Okay,
on.
cool.
And-
Okay.
Allowed to finish.
All right, cool.
Please, my butt.
All right, go on.
No, it's just like they're both at a loss. It's not one is
Nah.
better than the other. They're both equal.
Okay.
They
Well, it's not.
equally-
No. It's not
this is-
equal
this
because
is my
one's
point.
married.
This is my
So
point.
because-
So one's protected.
Let's
So
put-
because she got
so-
married, she's protected by
Of course.
law because of divorce
Yes,
money and all
she
that.
can
stuff.
divorce
Yes.
him to get
Well, let's
alimony,
be-
all of that.
Can we be real about life
So it's
here?
not-
No,
yeah?
I'm just taking it in.
Okay,
I'm not
cool.
disagreeing. I'm
No,
just
but-
saying it to
okay.
make it clear. So
So
it's
if we're being clear about life, like you said, we have two women in identical positions, but one is married and one is not. If you're not married and it all goes pear-shaped, you're gone. You're out.
honestly-
There's nothing. You can't go nowhere and say, well, he cheated on me, I should get half. Sorry, love, you're not
My-
married. Forget about it. If you're married, you're entitled
Yeah,
to half.
yeah.
In life, let's be real. You're getting half. Okay, cool, I've been cheated on. Emotionally, you might be sad for a bit. But again, as they say, do you want to cry in a Bentley or in a Fiat Panda?
Okay,
It's the
fair
reality.
Man
You
said
wanna get-
panda, you know.
that's-
you want to get cheated on and go back home to your mum or
Right.
stay in a room with your friend,
No, but-
or do you want to get the house?
And
Do you
men
want-
and men
and then those two women- so then- so then- so then those two women that-
I was talking first. And men look at ex-wives and ex-girlfriends different.
Okay, so
Men
the
look at ex-wives and ex-girlfriends different because one has results and they can say, oh, that man chose her. She was worth being
Exactly.
chosen. Where a girl that's over a certain age, they're like, why did nobody choose
Why
you?
did-
Because I
yeah.
know other guys aren't stupid.
Exactly.
So why didn't
So
anyone
why
choose
weren't
you?
you-
So
Why
then the
aren't you
two,
wives?
so then the two women that were both 20 years old that got cheated on at 25 or whatever, and then one was married, one wasn't. If now they're both 30, and in that 10 years they were so heartbroken, couldn't date anyone else. They're now 30 with a child. One was married, one wasn't. You
Leftover.
would go for the pardon,
They're leftover then.
pardon.
Leftover.
Left over.
So no, so you wouldn't go for either of them.
No, 'cause why are you getting divorced for when you got
But-
married? Why are you getting divorced?
Because
Just
he
stay
cheated.
married.
I just said he
But
cheated. and there
cheating's
was
nothing. Women just...
No, you're not listening to what I just said. I
Women
said
make
there
a
were
big
two.
thing
I
out of
gave you two
cheating.
situations.
I'm the
Both
one that gave the
were
two
20.
situations.
No,
So-
I said both were 20. One was married, one wasn't. They both had a child each.
Yeah.
They both were cheated on. And then after 10 years or whatever, now they're ready to date again because they couldn't date when they had a young baby or whatever. Now the child is 5, 6, 7, 8 years old.
Too young to date.
And they're, sorry?
That's too young.
What's too young?
Have you got a child 5 years old? And you've been married?
Oh, you guys are adding extra stuff. Like,
No,
just, I'm
she's
trying to get
speaking
to the
from
point.
reality. She's speaking from
I
reality.
I'm saying now that the two women that one was 20, both were 20, one was married, one wasn't, whatever, they've now come to 26, 27, 8, whatever years old. You're saying that the one that was married, that divorced, she's more valuable than the one that wasn't. I'm just trying to
To
clear that
men,
up.
yeah.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
men.
So
Yeah,
then
just-
you would
but-
date the one that, so you would still go for that one with a child who was divorced.
Yep.
More
No,
likely, yeah.
More like, okay.
No,
I just
but
Well,
like-
and the number. Can we stop acting like men are out here cheating all the time? The majority of men
No,
aren't
no,
even.
but-
The
I didn't say all the
majority.
time, I'm
But
just going by the situation
I'm saying the majority of men aren't even having sex.
Okay,
so
all right,
like,
but
So
That's
and the
what you
number
guys
and the
were
number
bitching
one
about
and the
before.
wait, guys, wait. And the number one reason for divorce is financial reasons.
Okay.
So
Okay,
it's
but
not
I'm
cheating.
just going off the conversation
Yeah.
that was happening before. You gave a scenario of two women, one both 20, one divorced, one didn't.
Who
'cause of
gave?
cheating.
I didn't give that
No, I
scenario.
think
Well, that was
Yeah,
the conversation.
that, yeah, exactly, guys. But I was trying to make another point. Like, if the man got the most valuable woman ever because she was young, pretty, whatever, why they still leave those women if
They don't.
are?
We don't
they
leave.
do. They do
Women
because
leave.
I know quite a lot of single
but-
mother, so they've been left alone.
For
so
those single mothers, did
being left alone, being left
well,
alone.
Did the man leave, or did they choose
The
to leave
man,
the
the man, the
Why?
man.
What,
Hi-
married?
Were they
single?
married?
Yeah,
kids.
married. I like, honestly speaking, like I have very
That
close.
has to be an
I had
exception.
very close. No,
The stats
very
show
close
that would be an
relationship.
exception.
Also, like people that I know very closely that, like, they coming from divorced parents, and she was the first. Like, she was the virgin we're talking about. He had 2 children, and then after he left for what? For honestly speaking, so like what we're talking about, man, anyway can get even the best women ever, the most valuable that we're talking about, whatever, in her best, she can give him her best.
By and,
But
I'd say
still-
that's insignificant.
by and large, it's not true. The women are leaving. It's not men.
Okay.
Your
I honestly, I
story-
came next time. I'm gonna come with number 2, so probably
Your
I'm gonna
stories
prove
that
my.
the stories that you have are probably the exception.
The huge
to
exception.
There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of single
Yeah.
parents,
But do you
single
know how many
mother.
single-
Quite a lot.
Yeah,
Quite a lot.
There's probably like 15 or more.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, and that's a minute amount to the whole thing. And so what
Yeah.
they're saying is,
I see more
by-
divorced
And can I
couples
just-
than married.
go-
But
I
yes,
just-
So
Say.
in your circle, would you say men left more than women
yeah, definitely.
from people that you know?
Yeah,
Men have left
Yeah.
more than women.
yeah, yeah.
And the
That
thing
has
is
to be
that
capped.
a lot of what women don't fail to realise is how hard it is for a man to get married in the first place. Men don't take that lightly. Men don't take it lightly. And I don't think they realise the importance that if a man decides to put a ring on your finger, he can have 15 women out there. He's decided to put a ring on your finger. That means something because marriage does not come easy to men. If
course.
a man decides, that's who I'm going to marry, that puts you up there, whether you think, whether he's got 15 women or not.
But
That puts you up there because they're married.
Men are risking losing everything. Like men are risking.
they
Men are
stupid.
risking. Men are risking ruining their entire life if they marry you.
Yeah, because they stupid.
you can leave, take half their shit, and take the kids with you, and then they have to pay you to take their kids.
Yeah,
Just
because they
like
don't
they
even
make
mind
you wonder why
probably
they get
about their
married.
children
Wait,
sometimes.
is that what you think of men?
Some of them, yes. Because if you want to build a real relationship, you're gonna look for someone that actually can deal with everything. And
Okay.
when I'm saying everything, I don't mean cheating,
All right,
because
but-
loyalty is actually on the basement of every relationship. So
Okay.
if you
Did
want
you know men have lost their entire life savings trying to get custody of their kids from mothers that
I know,
keep-
because like me personally, I know, but like I had 2 brothers, and they coming from my dad first marriage, so I know quite well. So I'm talking about something that I actually be involved during my life, so I know what I'm talking about.
But
And
I'm saying that's
so
that's
I'm not
such a high risk for a guy. So if a guy is willing to put a ring on your finger, that means something.
Like, you just took actually the right example, because like my dad had 2 children from a woman who was the virgin we're talking about. So she was 18 years old when she met my dad, and they had 2 children, and the marriage ended up, right? And my dad actually fight to see the children, all right? So you see, even though she was the most, like, I mean, obviously considering your standards, or your standard, guys, she was a very valuable girl. But anyway, the marriage ended up, and who win? I will say no one. Definitely my brothers, they suffer quite a lot, but she didn't win because she had the ring. Because after my dad married my mother,
Yeah, but
and
then she kept the
he
kids from him?
actually, yeah,
That's horrible.
yeah, this
That's
is
like a-
horrible. Who win? So she won because she had the ring. Who won in this story? No one.
Where did she win? It just means she won more than the girl who never got the ring. It doesn't mean she won in life. The one who wins is the one
No,
who gets
she-
married.
I can tell you.
The one who wins is the one who gets married and stays married. That's who wins.
No, I think she had a very, very sad life, because You know, when you get that angry to take your children from your ex-husband, you having a very hard time. You having a very sad life. Even though you got the ring, you got shit. You got shit.
Okay, I'm gonna. So I do.
You want to get married?
But I'm gonna read the super chats real quick. So I'm gonna take a second to do that, and then you can ask that question. You can be the first one to ask a question. If you guys have to go to the bathroom, feel free to go now. Also, they're probably gonna be mean. I'm just warning you. Okay. Seppa saying skitch. Lady in the middle doesn't know what the best number one woman in her eyes is not in men's eyes. Ask the men in the middle how many friends she has. MGTOW by logic. Italia, you think that all men cheat because you only sleep with men in the top 20% of men. Yeah, we in the top 20% of men don't know what we want. Do what we want, not what you want. But that doesn't mean the other 80% of men behave as badly as you do. You're delusional. Drazian Gaming, God, please come back to me when you talk to... Please don't come back talking to you, middle one. Actually, okay, guys, I'm going to do over $10 super chats just because there's so many. I don't think I can get through them. Maybe, over $10. Okay. Alter Void, stop the lies. You know single women that lie about being left the truth. They just know now they've fucked up and they need to be the victim, and you're lying to, and your friends are lying to you. Vudoki, to be fair, I don't know any married men that cheat on a wife that makes his sexual needs a priority. If that's an accurate generalization, then when a man cheats, who really broke the vow first? Oh, that's a good point. Vuduki, to my ideal woman, attractive, fit, affectionate, part-time job at most, homemaker, while I work 70 hours a week making good money. Is that chauvinistic? Sounds like pretty laid-back life for a woman to me. Let's go to the next $10 one. Okay. Matt Butcher, women need to hear some Auntie-Jenny wisdom at 14. It would solve this exponential world problems. Silly sausage, they don't get it. Did anyone actually ask her to start stating everything that has they don't get it. Did anyone actually ask her to start stating everything that is valuable about herself? No one asked you to put up your personal trauma walls. Don't move the goalpost with emotion. Like cake for Mr. Ever. The woman in the middle is going to die alone with no family. All men don't care about how much money you make. Have fun with that and ask yourself when you're all alone having your fun. Jeez. Matt Butcher, this is great. We get to see the effects of feminism on full display, real time, what to watch out for. MGTOW by logic. Can a man stand by you? No man wants to stand by you. That's the point of everyone is telling you, wake up. Your value to a man is plummeting hourly. Listen to Auntie or die alone. Bane, cheers. Cheers, Pearl. Keep it in line. $10 from the Blackest Panther. Are we surprised that 30-year-old women are disagreeable and annoying? Men do not care about your experience. The more experience a woman has, the more baggage she has, and the lower her value is to other men. MGTOW by logic. $50 super chat. $50 super chat. The buyer determines the value always. Men are the buyer. Just like you determine what you value in men. You don't date bums, do you? No. Stop shaming men. You are 30 and alone. You better listen to Auntie. You've already wasted 12 years. TG, love, Auntie. Also, Pearl, if you want to experience the ultimate red pill, look up Yuri Ben something. Our call is going to be allowed. I'll be down from the Chicago area. Blackest Panther. It's not hard to tell a woman with a high body count combination of these frequently wants to go on girls' trips, bars and clubs, or has high alcohol areas, constantly on social media for attention. The next is $10. Mr. MT Lavadere. Hello from Colorado, USA. I live in the mountain ski town. All the girls here are ran through. Please help. I literally can't help you. Condor Mayenda. Y'all be really putting in the red pill work for 8 hours straight. And then I'm going to refresh it real quick. Okay, so you said you had a question you wanted to ask?
Yeah, but they've left.
They left?
Right.
No, don't worry. I'll get involved.
Actually, there's one more super chat. CV, boy, God, my girl really hated that I started watching you. Yeah, don't tell your girlfriends. Go ahead.
No, my question was, who actually wants to get married and why? Yeah, that was my main question.
To men.
I want
to the guys.
Oh, to the guys. Okay.
Very good question.
Who wants to get married and why?
Yeah.
In what regard? Like, what are you referring to?
No, I was asking the men, do you want to get married? If the answer is yes, then why? If it's no, then why?
I personally still believe that marriage is quite beautiful.
So
I know it's a risk because, like, as we've quoted with the statistics, most women end up leaving. But I still think it probably plays back to my upbringing. I just feel like marriage is just a natural next step in the progression of a relationship.
So you want to get married?
I would love to get married, yeah.
So
But I also think to add on to that, marriage is more beneficial for society because even throughout history, if you look at like polygamous societies, one of the things that they see that's prevalent is there's a lot of like rape, there's a lot of crime because in polygamous societies, the strongest men take all the women, which leaves the other men to revolt and cause problems. So monogamy is actually beneficial for society. It keeps women safe. It makes society by and large more better. Nuclear family homes lead to less traumatic experiences for children. So you can see there's a lot of benefits through marriage. So yeah, there's...
All right, but you actually didn't really answer the question. Like, why you want to get married? Why you want to get married?
Again, it's a beautiful thing, and it's better.
Okay, you already said that. Beautiful, yes, argument.
And it puts your kid in every statistical advantage over that being in a situation where you're not married.
Yes, so why, like what?
So it's more beneficial for kids.
You don't have children now, right?
No, but it will be beneficial.
It will be.
Yeah.
So
no, the point I was trying to get at is if you have a reason for why you want to get married,
they don't,
and you believe in marriage and the vows that you've made, whether it's to God or wherever, then why would you then go against those vows and cheat? And then it's for some reason it's okay.
First of all, I haven't cheated.
No. I'm just because the guys have left and they were here before, so I was gonna ask them.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I hear what you're trying to do. I hear what you're trying to say, but you have to remember, and we mentioned this before, that although marriage is what's sought after and it's more beneficial for our offspring, one, the reason I'll seek marriage is because it's better for my kids to be raised in a nuclear family. But
even though
marriage is still not my biological imperative. I have to sacrifice elements of my biological being to conform to the female standard. If I had my way, I'd have my woman that I love and there's women that I just chop now and again, if I had my way. But to conform to the social standards of society, I try to be in a monogamous situation. I don't aspire to be a man that cheats. However, anything that hasn't happened is just a prediction of the future. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think most men will put it that way. So I'm just saying this, look, if you've got a good man and he steps out once or twice in 40 years, listen, the grass isn't green until you water it. The grass isn't green on the other side. So I think that's the thing that women have to recognize.
Does that work both ways?
Of course not.
Absolutely because men can love multiple women at the same time, or women can only love one man. And if she's cheating on you, you don't love him.
No, but you as an example, could you just walk out now, see a guy that you're attracted to, and say, "Listen, go fuck me in the corner right now"? Could you do that?
So that's what men do.
Could you do that?
From me personally, I couldn't.
Most women couldn't.
That's my point. That.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So most women don't want to behave like that. You see a man, if he sees a girl he's attracted to, I will bang you in the bush. I'll bang you in the street corner. I'll bang you in the yard. It don't matter. It is what it is. But that's the fundamental difference. So why it can't be flipped around is because it takes more for you to allow someone in, whereas for a man it's like taking a piss. So that's why it's different.
But why is it accepted? No, I don't think you get what I'm trying to say.
Why is it accepted?
No, because if a woman cheats, there's a reason behind why she's cheating.
Of course.
So then why is it that if she cheats, you can't just accept it? It's
because it goes beyond sex. There's the emotions involved. That for a woman to let a guy in, there's a process. It's premeditated. It's never just a slip up. For a man, it's literally like I wasn't using my head and I had a nut to bust, and that's all it is. But for you, it goes further than that.
Okay, but what if it was a slip up? If it was a girl's holiday, she just had a one night stand.
That's not a slip up. A man bending you over and blasting your back.
Yeah, she was on holiday.
That's premeditated. You've gone on that holiday. wanting to fuck a brother out there.
It
doesn't just happen.
Because
it can happen.
If you love a man, you're not looking.
No,
if you really love a man, you're not looking at anyone else. You only see him.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. I said if you are in a situation where you're married and your woman slipped up and just one time she slept with someone just on holiday.
Do you know what?
Do you know what? I see
what you're doing, yeah, and you're trying to use the exception to.
It's not an exception.
No, there is, because most women wouldn't behave. Most women aren't slipping up like that.
I'm giving a scenario.
In that scenario, I'd like to think, but it can never happen. I will just fall and die. If I hear that, my immune system will shut down. I'll just get COVID and I'll pass away.
Okay, so would you take her back?
I couldn't. Because you know what? By holistically, that's not how women behave. So how am I supposed to assume that this is just a slip up and not something more? How can I make that?
I'm telling you, I'm giving you a situation.
No, and I hear what your situation is saying, but I'm saying as a man, I can't assume that that is the case. I have to
So
assume
basically,
that.
the answer is no. You wouldn't take her back.
No, of course not.
But the
Of
thing
course
You
not.
is
expect
that-
her to take you back.
100%, because you know, you should know that me slipping up is literally just slipping up.
Yeah, she slipped
You
up.
letting a man in, it's
slipped-
not. It's not. You said it yourself. You couldn't just let a man slip into
I
your
said for
tonton like
me,
that.
I said me personally.
And most
I'm
women.
not dating you.
And most
I'm
women.
giving you a situation.
But if you was dating me, you can't slip up like that. I'm sorry.
No, I'm giving you a situation. I'm saying I'm giving you an actual scenario where
Mm-hmm.
she slipped up. She went on holiday. She had a hot girl. Oh yeah, and then she just had a bit too much to drink. One thing led to another. She just one night stand. Or I didn't. It meant nothing. It was just a slip up. I don't care for him. And then would you take her back?
Can
No.
I just say that
I'll
when
die.
men? Can I just say that when men cheat, right? When men cheat, it got nothing to do with love.
I understand that.
When women, when men cheat, it's a one-off. When women cheat, the relationship's finished.
I understand
could you say
that.
how
I
many
understand
women?
everything that I agree and I 100%
No, what I'm trying to say
understand.
is that how many women, if a woman cheats,
Mm-hmm.
she knows that the relationship is finished. 9 times out of 10, if the woman cheats, that's the end of it.
That's
the
true.
end of her relationship.
That's true. But
Whereas if a man cheats, it's not the end. Or to put it as my mum will say it, men have all their bits on the outside because they can fling it around everywhere. God hid the women's away because it's hard to find.
Internal.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
if you're going to go and give it away like that, there's a lot to go through for a man to get to you internally
Exactly.
rather than just on the outside.
Because
fling it in
women are the
anyway.
gatekeepers of sex.
Of
But even
course.
more than that, you have to think.
But the point, guys, is like it's not about the man which is coming back and every time. We know that he probably gonna sleep around and come back home. The point is, what about us? Like, how do you think that not actually, as an impact on your marriage? Do you think she gonna be fine, not knowing that you actually eat other?
Okay.
There's lots
So-
of
And you sleeping, and you sleeping next to me, man.
I'm not saying it wouldn't pain you.
Yeah.
So you
then
actually
why would you
prefer
take her
like and do you
Okay.
think they're gonna
Because men,
make the marriage
guys,
talk
men,
still?
Men and women aren't the same.
not the
Yeah,
same.
but
I know.
I mind about my
I
feelings.
know, I know, but you're making everything about like when we
No,
talk. When
I'm
we
t-
talk,
when
when we
I
talk,
told you,
when we
I
talk, when we
explain
talk,
you
stop
again.
over talking me.
When I
Stop
say
over talking
we,
me
I'm
again.
talking
Again,
about
stop
we.
over talking me. Stop over talking me. No. Stop. You can go after I'm done. Okay. Men and women aren't the same, and so a man can have sex with a hole in the wall. They don't care.
I know.
A woman, if she sleeps with a man, he has to be someone. We
I
are
get
not
that.
sleeping with bums out there unless
I
he looks like
understand.
Michael B. Jordan. That is it.
I get that.
So go
But
on.
again, I'm like I asked everyone individually, would you get married and why? I've asked him individually, would you take a woman back if she slipped up and it was just a one and done thing
wait.
and it was Michael B. Jordan and it was like she had a chance to, would you take her back?
No.
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 But if you did it and you slept with a random whatever, she can take you
A
back.
man will
No,
sleep with
okay,
a
but
random.
no,
a
okay,
woman ain't
so-
gonna sleep with a random. A man
Look,
will
I'm
sleep
not
with a
saying a
random.
woman, I'm
Reality
saying
is-
you
No,
as
okay,
yourself. I'm
cool.
asking as an individual, not generalizing here.
Okay, so should a woman take a man back if he cheats? No, she shouldn't. Does she? Yes. That is not our choice. As we are saying, men and women are different. If you speak to women, I've spoken to a lot of women, yeah? And when they say to me, my relationship ended because my man was cheating, yeah? The first thing I say to them is, what, did he cheat once and then you left? And they say, no, he was cheating. It's never he cheated. It's always he was cheating, which meant this dude has decided he is going to continue sleeping with other women.
But when did she find out it was women?
It
Did she
doesn't-
no.
find
out one and then it was, oh,
no,
it actually
no,
was
no,
more?
no. My point is, you're not going to go out and find a woman who says, I was going out with this dude, he cheated on me once and I left. It doesn't happen.
If women don't like being
No,
cheated
it
on, then why
doesn't
do they
happen.
pick the guys that cheat?
Yeah, exactly.
But even so, yeah, even so,
doesn't happen.
on your point, yeah, if I was to take this woman back, do you think she'll ever respect me?
So you
She's
wouldn't
gonna go.
respect
She's
that?
gonna go sit the next man's face for banter. A woman's will look at
it was a
a man. No. If you, because you have to remember, a lot of relationships are predicated on respect. Yeah. If you've lost that respect for me enough to step out, it's gone. Because you have to think about in relationships, the only time the relationship's truly done is when the woman says it's done. The man can say it's done and come back a week later, babes, listen, I'm sorry, his dick's hard, he wants to do something. You see, when a woman says she's done, there is no return.
End of.
So for a woman to do that, you might. It's done. Do you know what I'm saying? And for a man, the most egregious crime you can commit is disloyalty. There's no bigger crime.
May I come back to your point? You said, I never about, a woman say he cheated once. Yeah, you're right, because man doesn't cheat once. If it cheat once, he's gonna come back to again. Right. So man doesn't cheat once in a while or once in his life. It just, if it is going there, he's gonna come back again.
Do you ever ask why he cheated?
Yeah, because they know in love. They know in love.
No, but I'm saying like a lot of times like girls don't give their guys sex and are confused when he cheats on them.
Trust me, I've been there. That wasn't the issue.
25% of marriages are sex.
That wasn't the issue.
1 out of 4. 1 out of 4.
Oh, okay, no, let's not.
So wait. Okay, question then. Do you think sex for your husband is an obligation? So when he wants sex, you can give it to him.
Wait, say again.
Is sex in marriage or relationship an obligation?
No.
You should enjoy it.
Obligation, like you're
so I'm saying,
sex,
every time he wants to bend you over, are you letting him put it inside you? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, if you're married
or a relationship.
No, it's honestly, guys, about feelings. Like it's about.
Because I'm saying, if the answer is no, and he seeks it elsewhere, is that a problem? You're gonna say yes, but that's messed up.
So then
because I'm saying because you're just thinking about what you want. You're thinking because you're
there if you want to have sex, she's not giving it to you. Bye, I'm going somewhere else.
Because a lot of times they have kids with the girl.
I'm not talking about you're adding stuff to the stuff.
Okay,
in the context of marriage, yes, that's correct. In the context of a relationship, alright, cool, just bounce. So but when you're married, it's a different story.
What are your obligations from a man for you? In a relationship,
which century we talking about?
What do you want from a man? Like, what is he obligated to for you in a relationship?
Well, I'm saying loyalty's up there, trust, loyalty's up there. That's a must. But then if you guys are saying that,
no, for you, just obligation from a man.
Yeah,
just
that's
for you.
Yeah,
just those two things.
Well, that's one of them. I can't think and list them all up, but yeah, the main one is loyalty and to respect me, love me, all of that stuff. That's up there.
But what if he says, I'm only doing that for someone that's my wife? I'll respect you.
Then I'm out. You can't be loyal or respect me, but you want to be with me. You only be respectful and loyal to your wife. So then either you put a ring on this or I'm gone. That's it.
What if he said, I'm gone unless you give me sex on demand?
I'm gone as well.
Then you're gone too?
What is that?
How is it?
What the hell?
You don't think sex is a duty in marriage?
But she just... Are we talking about marriage or dating? I'm confused. Like, you keep changing it. Is it marriage or
I'm
dating?
usually talking in the context of marriage, but I don't know.
I'm not married, so I can't.
I'm not married.
I mean, you can still talk about it.
I can't speak on marriage. I've never been married. I'm not married.
I mean, I even think in a relationship, honestly, if he's not sleeping with anyone else, yeah, you should give him sex whenever he wants.
Whenever he wants.
Yeah. Because
otherwise, why should he go get?
Because guys want to fuck all. Guys want to fuck all the time. So if I'm saying like, please don't fuck other girls, just fuck me. Like then I should give it to him.
Who said that?
It just seems that.
Okay, wait. I understand that, but then if there's just a one day where it's like I'm not on it right now, or I'm on my or whatever, you're not.
Obviously, it's contextual.
Does that mean that he now has a right to go and have sex with someone else?
Obviously, it's not one day. Come, let's be real about it. Like
that's what I'm saying. But you guys are making it sound.
I'll give you 1 day, not 2. I'll give you 1 day, not 2.
No, you guys are saying it's like
if you miss work 1 day, they might give you a pass. If 2 days in a row, you might be getting a pink slip.
Give us the scenario that you gave us earlier about
your
sex with your man and work.
I was about to say that. If women ain't feeling well, or they got a cold, they will still go to work. Mm-hmm. But if their man wants some sex, they got excuses for it. They got a headache, but they never got a headache to go to work. Do you know what I mean? If you're, as far as I'm concerned, listen, man. As far as I'm, he's not giving you money. You know what I mean? That's women.
You're dating up though, so
yeah, but like
to their boss.
We're making the point like we're saying that a man actually is going to cheat or is cheating because you didn't give it enough.
Yes. That happens.
That's not
Listen,
always.
as far as
It's
I'm
not
concerned-
always
So
like
then-
that. It's
No,
not
that's
always
one
like
scenario.
that.
I don't think it's always like that. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
so
That's
we're
one
talking
scenario.
about.
Okay,
That's not the main reason.
That's like you not showing up to work and you're mad they got a temp while you're gone.
Yeah,
At least your job's at least your job's still there for when you get back. Like, at least they didn't fire you. Just a temp.
I just think that it's a duty to have sex with your man whenever he wants it, however he wants
Yeah,
it.
say
So
what
what
you
about the
let's-
opposite?
Go for it. Same.
Or whenever you want. Listen, if you want to have sex, listen,
Listen,
let's
I'm
go.
not gonna say
man.
no to a woman.
Hey, guys,
A man is-
guys, before we go again, let's just reiterate some rules. I know we got some new people on the panel, but guys, one at a time. I cannot hear you. They can't hear you. Please, let's do this. All right.
Free it up. All the time.
Say that again.
Free it up. Give them in the sex.
No, just say the statement again.
As far as I'm concerned, women need to free it up all the time.
Auntie, what if he's at work? What should I do?
I drive to your workplace.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I got in the car
What
park.
if-
I got a car.
What if we're at the grocery store?
They got toilet and grocery store.
What if we're at the library?
Listen, I don't care. Just don't make no noise. I don't care.
What if we're at a concert?
Listen, right, I'm taking it wherever he wants it. I could be cooking. I could be washing up, washing machine.
What if you're on a podcast?
Yeah, if it's OnlyFans, I'm getting paid for it. Yeah, I'll have a go.
So
No, but
I have a
I just think you need to do it all the time.
I have a question for you two ladies, because when Auntie's talking about that earlier, she was talking about it. And we were like, yeah, if that's my man, if that's my husband, why wouldn't I? You two right now, your facial expression, your body language is, when she's talking about it, it's like, no, I wouldn't do that. If he wants it, I wouldn't do that all the time.
No,
Why?
that's if he wants sex all the time and that's your man or whatever, then fair enough, have sex. But the point I'm trying to get at is, you could be throwing it back, you could be giving it to him all day, every day. He will still go somewhere else, see someone, has the choice to cheat. She's
Tire
there,
him
and
out.
I'll still have sex with her, even though my girl is giving it to me every day.
No.
Okay, but life's
Make
about
him knackered,
life's about
empty him.
trade-offs. Life's about
Well,
trade-offs.
that's
But
what
I'm-
you said before.
No, but I'm saying, so like, can I just I'll explain. So life is about trade-offs. So you can either pick a guy that other women want and know he might cheat on you, or you can pick a guy that no other women want and he won't cheat on you. But the thing is, girls pick the guys that other women want to bang. He might cheat.
But how would
you know? You know. And the thing is, like, girls act stupid.
No, I
like,
didn't say
no,
that.
no,
I
I'm
never said
not.
how
I'm
would
not.
you
I'm not
know.
talking about you. I'm not talking about you. Girls will act stupid, like they don't know this guy might cheat. Like, but they know. They know. Like, you can feel it on a guy if he gets a lot of girls.
Honestly, like, if I can express my point of view, I wasn't like about the fact, if I love that man, I will definitely have sex with him whenever he wants, because I want it. I want it.
Come on.
But if you actually talking about like I have to, that's another point. I don't have to. I want it. It's different. Like in a marriage, it's supposed to be like that. I have desire. I want you because I love you, because there's something between us, not because you ask me. That's one of my duty, which is different. I don't have duty. If for one day I'm sick and like I just had that baby, let's say. Man, like, chill
Do you know
out.
what? I agree with you. Do you know the problem is? I think a lot of women are quite idealistic about future. So a lot of women think about as I am now. In a relationship, when you've been there for 30 years, your feelings and emotions
Yeah, man, but
and
also
your activities
your
are going to change to it.
tools, they're going to be less.
You gotta
Do you
consider
know what I
the
mean?
thinker. I don't agree with that.
You know, I
No,
think
honestly,
you
I think I do.
Let Auntie talk. Let Auntie talk.
Auntie, girl, I'm listening.
When they're
I'm
talking
listening.
about, listen, right. If you and your woman having good sex and she gets 20 years older, 30 years older, she say, no, I'm too old. She's talking rubbish.
Yeah.
Banger. Right? She's
Let 'em
talking
know, Auntie.
rubbish. She's talking